evening, everybody, and welcome back to what is episode 23 of The Violet Madness. I am Mark, and I am your Dungeon Master this evening, and with me, as always, are my very brave party of adventurers, who I'll introduce in just a moment, but let's just do a quick little kind of recap on where we are at the moment. So the party have left Leyden behind them now, with a few kind of more, I suppose, questions, some answered, but a few more questions to be pondered on their journey as the Violet Madness has been slowly creeping into the Tenor Dukedom, where further in they plunge towards Kingdom's Cross and Pethlin. After leaving Mirren, there was a bit of a disturbance the night before they left. The town guard of Mirren have made haste towards Kingdom's Cross, where people have been attacked on the road. And the following day, when they journeyed, they noticed that that very same wagon carrying half a dozen, maybe a few more guards, has been attacked. A lot of the equipment brought to Kingdom's Cross, some of the soldiers have been stripped of their armor, one of which has had some sort of mind-altering spell cast upon him. On further reflection and investigation, both Shadar and Alfric did a little bit of further prying onto the poor soul who'd been attacked, and this strange person in kind of darkish blue robes is looking for Alfric in particular, and is willing to do some rather dastardly deeds in order to get his hands on him. What he wants with him, nobody knows just yet, but Damon seems to find this figure vaguely familiar, it seems. They're set to reach Kingdom's Cross fairly early the following day, but we left it off where the party have been setting up camp, doing their watches. For the most part, it's been pretty non-eventful. But when Shadar took a little detour on his watch just to take care of some personal matters, Elfric was kind of just sitting alone on his watch, and a heavy hand rested on his shoulder. And that's where we left it off last time. So before we gotta get into the aftermath of that, let's just go around and introduce everyone. So first up, we'll have Stephen.
I'm Stephen, and this evening I'm playing Sir Tyrion Shadowbane, the human Oath of Vengeance paladin who has a secondary oath of restriction, let's say, to not harm his fellow party member.
Very good. The Oath of Restriction paladin.
I like that. I like that a lot. You know, just
Let's 5D
sounds
count
great.
between friends.
I'm in interesting company then.
The Oath of Restriction just means he just never uses his smites. Just never uses them.
No,
he's not a paladin then, is he?
Not our Steve. No, he always crits. Our smites and a crit. Thanks a mil. Next up, we have Dave.
Hey, hi, I'm Dave and I play Shadar Vycanis, Grave Domain Cleric of the Raven Queen and one half of the Righteous Brothers. Shadar is a half-elf and he'd place him at around 100 years of age if it weren't for the fact that he was magically aged by an undead creature in an old manor house a long time ago. Shadar is actually only in his 30s and exists solely to destroy undead for the glory of the Raven Queen. Shadar has bright white hair and is typically dressed for battle in black leathers with a black chain shirt and his trusty mace and wineskin.
Thank you, sir. Next up, then we have Andy.
I'm Andy. I play Mina Dumont, who's in the lovely company of Torm as people that Tyrion has sworn oaths to, so that feels fantastic. She is a College of Whispers bard, standing in at 5'2", and she's got long, curly, dark hair and some potentially maybe dark secrets in her past. Depends on which part of the party that you ask. But either way, it doesn't seem like she's very welcome here, according to certain people. Or maybe it's just that they can't trust her as far as they can throw her. I'm not quite sure. I was trying to be honest. Somehow that seems harder than lying. Anyway, let's see what happens.
One of us could throw her a reasonable distance.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Not under that oath, you can't.
Would you die?
Elfric's got
I said
telekinesis. He can
hard.
throw things pretty darn far, as we've seen.
True.
But is it ill will to throw you away from danger? He can't help it if it's off a cliff.
You should be a lawyer.
Dragging rocks down.
You should be a fucking lawyer. That's amazing.
We can have a whole ace attorney about this, but I will say he can save me from danger. I can polymorph into a bird, and then he can get attacked anyway. Sounds
Objection.
Alrighty, next up then we have Matt.
Yes, I'm Matt. I'm playing Alfred Elnaran, who is a half-elf evocation wizard, but more importantly, he's curious and terrified to know whose hand this is on his shoulder. That's the pertinent thing at the moment,
Absolutely.
because he might not be any of those things any longer. If it's something bad.
The hurting it thing.
Okay, thank you. And last but certainly not least is Ryan.
Hi guys, I'm Ryan, aka Deranged Rhino, and tonight I am playing Damon Phileas Venust. Hello, my darlings. He is a tiefling at Artificer, Battlesmith subclass, and alongside him, well, not alongside him, alongside Alfric at the moment is my trusty companion, Rocket the Raccoon, who is a construct that I built.
Very nice, and thank you very much. And just on our friend Deranged Rhino here, you can find Ryan on Twitch as well, where he plays a lot more other stuff other than the Artificer Battlesmith. So do go and give Ryan a check out on Twitch. And also, just before we begin, to give a shout out as well to Christian, our main man in the tech bunker, who's been more than accommodating to our episodes as of late, with the chopping and changing with the pre-recording and etc. etc. But good news, Wild Madness is coming live again very, very soon. So
Hey.
we'll still be annoying Christian. There's no change
Yeah,
there.
it's not really
but-
getting around that.
Yeah, but you know, we'll be back live very soon. So
It'll use your blesses and stuff, so
Yeah,
Yes.
we need the inspiration.
we can do.
Unfortunately, there's a little bit of an error with the stream, so you can't actually give Mark any inspirations or blesses,
What a
but
shame.
the rest of
Aw.
us will be back up to speed.
Mark's pre-recorded, the rest of us aren't.
Yeah.
well, I've never heard such bullshit in my entire life.
True, have you played D&D?
Did everyone hear the sound of the CR increasing?
That's what that was.
All right, and with our introductions out of the way, with our recap out of the way, let's take a line from Dave's book and play some D&D. Alfric, let's jump over to the map.
Splendid.
That's the important thing.
No
So we know
kissing
where
at all.
No, straight in, no kissing.
No kissing.
We're doing it. So, just to set the scene once again, it is closing in on dawn. Shadar is over by the hillside here. Ooh, I'm after jumping out of Roll20 by accident. Bear with me for a second. So Shadar is by the cliffside or the hillside. It's not so much a cliff as more just kind of rocky hills. It's not that steep of an incline. Shadar's over there kind of just doing his own thing, not for a very long time. You can't be gone any longer than 30 minutes. And you're still close enough by that, you know, if someone were to shout out or
Yeah, if there's any hassle, he'll be here.
yeah, if there was a scuffle or some sort of ruckus, you'd be there for sure.
Right now he's just being moody emo boy.
Indeed. And I suppose in Lehman's tiny motel are all of the all of the guard bar two. There's been two guards also on patrol with each watch: the Duke, Mina, and Damon and Tyrion. And yes, Alfred, as you're kind of sitting down close to the campfire, that's starting to kind of burn off, but that's okay because it's closing in on dawn anyway. That heavy hand rests on your shoulder, and before you're able to like fully turn around, you just hear a kind of hushed but stern voice that says, "Mr. Elnaran, we found something that might require your attention." It's actually one of the guards, hence why Rocket wasn't alerted.
God.
Do it. I can do it.
How long have we been waiting? 3 weeks?
Yeah, 3 weeks of
Oh my god.
fear.
Motherfucker.
Rocket's just
Oh,
doughy-eyed
sorry,
looking at it like,
So
Oh,
you
man.
What's wrong with
startled
you?
me a little bit there. Of course.
Yeah, like, and he says, "Where is Mr. Vicanus? I do believe he should see this too, as he is a cleric."
Yes, let's. Shidar,
When
are you
I
nearby?
was
And he
a
goes,
young
"Shh, don't."
Your father took me to the city. He's just over there singing the Black Brain. Oh, yes. What? Hello.
But when Alfred calls out for you, the guard is just like, "Shh, no.
Oh, so,
Must be quiet.
I ought to have said so.
I beg your pardon. And, please, we were on patrol, and I had a call of nature and broke from my patrol route and went into just past the trees beyond here. And he kind of points to this direction over here. And I have something was there and caught my attention. It best I show you, please. And,
yes.
Let
Please
me
lead the way.
insight check this motherfucker.
go for it. Yeah.
Cause,
No, he trusts no one.
Yeah, well, I mean, guidance. 15.
So, what are you trying to discern? Is he lying? Is
he leading us into a trap? Does he seem edgy? Is his hand going towards his weapon in anticipation of, of something, of some kind of altercation about to happen?
No. His weapon isn't drawn. His voice is... It's not shaky or anything, but it's you can sense a little bit of the slightest hint of distress in it, maybe.
Is he being coerced to do this?
No.
Is he being forced to do it? No.
No, he
cool.
seems himself.
Okay, cool.
As he leads you towards the path, and he kind of takes his hand and he pushes aside some of the brush. He says, "Here," and he strikes a torch. Kind of, he leads in. He doesn't ask you to. He leads in. He says, he points.
Where are we on the map now, Mark? Sorry.
You're about over here.
Okay, I'll move over just to be
Gotcha.
sure. To be sure.
Yep. And he points to the ground, and you can just make out like this figure in the shadow, just tucked behind the trunk of the tree, and you can see a fresh pool of blood trickling along the kind of dry grass. And he says, What do you make of that?" And he kind of walk. He's now standing right beside it with the torch, looking down at it. And
Okay, so he has a torch, so he's kind of we can see clearly from the torchlight, presumably.
Yeah, and when he stands beside it and holding the torch, you see what appears to be like a fox, but it is half of its body is covered in this purple myconid.
Oh dear.
And you can see its eyes are wide open, but you can see these like little fibers of like fungal matter out. Like its tongue is out of it. It's slack jawed. It's dead, but you can see these like fibrous kind of myconid structures like emerging from its mouth and just still kind of waving slightly.
Jesus.
He says, this bloody thing tried to attack me. I drew my sword just in time, and the steel met its throat, and it slew it where it lunged at me. But I fear if this thing had bit me, I might have been in quite a serious situation altogether. But
Well, I think you're right there. I mean,
But
good work on managing to deal with the creature, but this is very troubling indeed.
He leaned right in, his eyes would bore into his. Did it bite you?
No, I assure you it did not.
Can I do another inside check there?
Go for it.
He's getting the hot end of my fucking flame strike here.
Can I give him a once over looking at him?
Medicine check for Alfred then.
Do guidance with this. That'll be a 22.
And an 18 medicine.
An
Yeah,
18 on
but
the
between the
medicine
two of
check,
you,
yeah.
Shadar's kind of evaluating his psyche, and Alfred is kind of looking at the kinks in his armor for any spatters of blood or any trickles of blood. And Shadar, he seems very adamant that he was not in fact, even touched by this creature. The only thing that touched this creature was his blade. And Alfric, you don't spot any kind of wounds or any open wounds or anything like that, or blood or anything of that nature. He seems to be telling the truth, but he's
sorry.
But he just continues and says, "This infection is spreading quite rapidly."
Is this the first time we've seen it spread to animals? From
no.
Okay, cool.
If memory serves, in one of the earlier sessions, you saw an infected deer.
Okay, cool.
But yes, it seemed. Yeah. No, for the most part, the Violet Man does seem to have
any living thing, isn't it? Basically.
But yeah, you noticed a distinct absence of animals as a majority.
Okay, yeah.
But you did see infected creatures that were like already dead and stuff like that. But this is the first time you've seen an infected animal attack something. That the first time you've witnessed it. And the guard, he says, that's settled to say. It's no longer safe to travel the roads. This is something that needs to be dealt with very, very quickly, I dare say. Should we alert the Duke, or should we wait? I'm not sure. I don't particularly feel very safe right now. These trails are, well, they would normally be little woodland critters and animals of these likes, foxes, rabbits, the odd wolf, deer. You'd want to venture very, very far off the path to encounter a bear, but if these creatures can be infected and sent into a frenzy and attack, well, one scratch off these things, apparently, we're all in trouble. Like, I mean, what do we do?
Well, for the short term at least, I suggest we instruct everybody to stay within open sight at all times. Be prepared for ambush, and to try and attack from a distance if anything should spring upon us.
Most importantly, man, steel your courage. Steel your heart. There's no place for cowards here.
Well, I'm no coward, I assure you, Mr. Vicanis, but when the odds seem to be, or when hope seems to be, like, Mr. Elnern, you're a man of astute knowledge. Do you have any idea as to
flattering? But
do you have any idea as to what is causing this, or what we can do to stop it? Do we have an edge that we can use?
I wish I could tell you that I was an expert in these matters, but to tell you the truth, this is as much of a mystery to me as it is to everybody else. I've never seen anything quite like this. But if we're able to find my acquaintance, very wise wizard, a very learned man, I think he will be able to lend us some knowledge.
Ah, yes, the Duke has instructed us about Galfal and Dilymus. Is
good.
Supposedly in Pethlin as we speak, so it seems
if there's anyone in these lands who will be able to shine some light on the situation, doubtlessly it will be him.
Well, one can only hope. Well, we must resume the watch. Won't be long before dawn breaks, and we can get into.
It's probably for the best that we burn these remains.
Absolutely, and like he just like as you say that he just says absolutely, and he just drops the torch on the thing.
That's but one way of doing it, yes.
Well, I'd rather not touch it. I don't know about you.
Yeah, I suppose I'll just keep an eye, make sure he doesn't burn down the whole
clearing. So with that, there's probably maybe only about 45 minutes or so before first light. The guard elects to not wake up the Duke prematurely, but
yeah, I don't think there's any need. We can
you guys
brief
can
everybody.
Yeah, you guys can brief everyone upon waking, as you said, and we'll bring it straight to morning time if that's the case, unless Shadar and Alfric need to discuss anything beforehand.
No, I'm good.
Yep.
Shadar, I think he'll just go back to a new perch here.
Okay. Yeah, so dawn breaks and Rocket alerts Damon that it is indeed time to arise.
So is that a long rest?
That is a long rest, correct.
Wonderful.
Okay.
I'll give the not that it matters, but it might. Like the Duke and his men is except for one of them. I'll give them the plus 17.
Ooh.
Oh, what's wrong with Gary? Why doesn't he get one?
Trying to keep them NPCs alive in case you need them to help you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, at least somebody finds me inspiring.
Not Gary.
Oh,
Not Gary. Gary can be as pissed as he wants to be.
Gary comes over to Tyrion and inquires about Torm, the teachings of Torm. Tell me what is Torm of which you speak.
Very good.
Actually, it's 6 creatures, including myself. So there's 2 of them that don't get it.
Gary and Barry.
Gary and Barry.
Gary and Barry. You know what it is? They were on watch. So
Torm's disciples are growing by the minute.
that's fine.
They share a sword and they just hand it to each other. You know, to me, to you.
To me too. Nice. I got that.
But yeah, you guys are free to head towards. It'll take you about 5 to 6 hours to get to Kingdom's Cross.
Yeah, and just as we're starting to move off, I'll obviously inform all of our traveling companions that even the roadways themselves are not entirely safe from the Violet Madness anymore. Not to wander off alone, even for smaller matters.
I'll be utilising that 24 passive perception mark while we're travelling.
Very, very fair.
That's just to let you know.
Yep.
His head's in the swivel now at this stage.
Let us see. It's a, what did I say, 5-6 hour journey. Boop.
I'm going to move around a few spells there, Mark. Do you need me to tell you which ones I've changed them to, or?
No, sir. I'd rather be surprised.
Actually, I'm with you the same.
Yeah, so you're traveling you make it in good time because I suppose with the news of what had happened the night previous, you were moving with haste, but the pace seems to be at the closest thing to a jog you can do when you're walking, or those who are on horseback, namely the Duke with his carriage, some of the guard, and Mina are keeping a fairly kosher pace for those who are walking. But in that time, you make it to Kingdom's Cross in about 5 hours, and you don't encounter any feral infected creatures of any kind. I'm going to first of all.
I'll be sticking by the Duke. Not that I don't trust his
Up to you.
guards, but well, someone's got to protect him.
Up to you guys. If I just presumed you guys were all kind of, excuse me, going at they're all kind of sticking together.
Yeah, for the most part.
Cute. I'm just copying your tokens over. Just bear with me for a sec.
I kind of imagine Damon, apart from when he's talking to the group or whatever, I kind of imagine, like a toddler where like they're walking with you all of a sudden, and then like a few minutes later they have to run up to you because they've like trailed back a bit, and then another 5 minutes pass and they have to run back up to you, that kind of way.
Yeah, kind of like the NPCs in Skyrim when you're running,
yes,
and then they're running and stopping, and then running.
That's it. Yeah. He gets distracted thinking about things and trying to work stuff out, and then he realizes he stopped walking, so he has to run and catch up.
You should just sit on Rocket.
I normally do, but since he's been guarding Alfric, I haven't been able to do it.
Just use your wings. Like, come on.
I only get him for so long. Shush.
So you guys arrive at the walled community of Kingdom's Cross. It's not a huge place. It's relatively small. It's literally just a kind of a stopping point at a junction in one of the nation's busiest roads. And, you know, a lot of people spend maybe 2-3 days max before moving on. There are some more permanent kind of merchants that kind of get their wares from either Petlin or Heathcote and just kind of set up shop here in Kingdom's Cross, and that's how they make their living. Others, there's some, it's mainly just kind of carriages, tents, stalls, things like that, but there are a few structures. For instance, it's a completely walled, I suppose, community, if you like, with 6 watchtowers, 2 facing each direction, north, south, east, west, and they're constantly, you see soldiers kind of circling the towers in like triplicate. There's 3 soldiers. Like there's never a point in Kingdom's Cross that isn't being watched at any given time from these high towers. And then there's also a presence of soldiers, you know, on the ground level as well, kind of walking around, kind of at the entrance exit of each gate as well. And some of the structures, then you just have the likes of, you know, like a permanent tavern, a permanent inn for those who would rather not like spend, if they're in Kingdom's Cross, would rather like have an actual bed with a roof over their head as opposed to like a tent or sleeping under the stairs in this kind of busy, bustling kind of market community. As you approach from the Merrin direction, you see a kind of small unit of guards, and you notice as well, particularly Shadar, as you're approaching, because you know you're so observant, you can see that the uniforms of these guards are, you know, they all bear the crest of on the chest plate of whatever dukedom they belong to, but you can see that these are all like a mishmash of different dukedoms. Like you're coming up and you can see some guards from the Tenno dukedom, some from the Femlis. You can also see some Kaelomus ones, and you can see some Venushte ones, which, Damon, you recognize. You see the crest on their plate of armors, which, you know, previously would have been Dagorath, but as you know, there's been a bit of a change in proprietary rights in that area of Castonia. And as you approach these, there's about maybe 5 or 6 guards kind of blocking the entranceway, and as they see you approach, they have a hand up like this. Obviously, they've had a very quiet morning because that road is supposed to be closed, but you guys have ventured on through to Kingdom's Cross, so a little bit surprised to see people walking this path. But they put a hand up to stop you at a reasonable distance once you approach them. They're kind of just giving off the signal that, you know, you can't just come waltzing in here. We want to talk to you. You can see that one of them is holding a kind of, I suppose, like a clipboard of sorts with parchment on it, and he already has the quill out as you approach. And he says, "Hail, travelers. You seem to be approaching from a closed road. Can I ask your business and where you have come from, if you would be so kind?"
Somebody wheel the Duke out.
Very quickly. Get the big guns. And indeed, no sooner do you say that, the Duke, excuse me, he kind of emerges from in between Elfric and Mina and announces his presence and says, "Duke Albrecht Fenwell, you may stand down. I seek passage to Pethlin." And the guards just look at each other as, you know, they look in disbelief because, to their knowledge, Duke Albrecht Fenwell is dead, but obviously not. Here he is in the flesh. And he kind of gives the general spiel that you all know. Here to go on to Pethlin, that's where his son is. Fenwell Dukedom is pretty much in shambles from the infection of the violent madness, and you have business to take care of. The guard with the clipboard just kind of obviously takes all this down, and as the Fenwell guards that have been accompanying you this entire time have been kind of stating their name, their rank, and other identifying credentials, etc., and he's kind of taken a note of that, and he says, "And you seem to be traveling with some not unarmed, but unmarked travelers, we'll say, for want of a better word, or ununiformed. That's the word I'm looking for. And the Duke again explains you guys' business, that you're first-hand witnesses to the cause of this, and that your presence is required in Pethlin. And he says, I will also take your names, if that would be agreeable then. And all the guards have kind of given their names, credentials, and walked through, and now it's kind of your turn. I don't know if you want to say anything or do anything to the contrary, but that's just what they're asking. It's kind of procedure, so they know who is in Kingdom's Cross and when they have left.
Yeah, that's fine with Alfred. He's happy to identify himself.
I'm keeping an eye on whichever guard it is that Alfred's talking to when he gives his name, and I want to see if there's any sign of recognition, whether maybe someone's been asking about him or something like that.
Okay, let's have an insight check as Alfred gives his name.
Whispered you there in front.
Yeah, I see that. Yeah, you can roll the appropriate check when the time is right.
16.
16, yeah, like, it's kind of like, so Alfred just walks up and he says, Elfric Elnarin, and the guy is just like, I'm writing that down. That's like, he doesn't like go, he doesn't do a double take kind of thing, or he's just nodding and goes, Elfric Elnarin, okay. And then he looks up at Tyrion who's next to mine. And yeah, he doesn't seem, it's like another name to him. He doesn't. Yeah.
That's fine. I was just checking to make sure that someone hadn't been through. Yeah.
Suspicious of everyone.
Well, just that we knew that the character was coming this way, so.
Yeah. No, I understand. Yeah. I know, I understand why you did it. Yeah, I'm just kidding around.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Tyrion will look and say, Tyrion Shadowbane, chosen hand of Torm, and walk past him.
Yes. Fit on one hand.
Yeah, that's it. So it's right. Tyrion Shadowbane just like in small writing under the chosen hand of Torm. That's a very colourful characters.
Subtitle?
Yeah. Just in brackets underneath his name. So everyone else doing the same, I presume?
Yep.
Which guards are here from which dukedom? The ones that are asking us for our names.
Let's find out. On this occasion, just to know dukedom are asking.
In that case, I'll give my name. Yeah.
Okie dokie.
Shut up, I can't escape to being cleric of the Raven Queen. His eyes bore into him.
Okay.
And your name, sir.
So just before we get onto that, actually, when Damon gave his name, Damon, you do get a kind of like Damien Phyllis. Yeah, he like there's that the pen when he says Damon Phileas, when he gets to the Venus part, he just the quill stops and he just looks up for a minute. And he just very brief once over, he's like, Venus, yes, enjoy your stay, sir. Very very awkward for a second. That makes you feel and yes, of course, then Shadar, when you give your name and you ask his, you gave me ample time to think of a name while I was saying that to Damon. And his name is Julian.
King Julian! I love you, King Julian!
I see. Shadar walked through, and he'll just wait for the rest of the party.
I guess I'm last. Just Mina Dumont. And...
Okay. I'll yeah.
What?
Yeah, like, I mean...
And it's on both.
That's on... What do you mean on both?
If I can sort of survey it, insight on the interaction here.
Oh, no, those will be separate checks. So we'll say that one is for me now. I'll take a separate one then for Damon, if that's okay.
That's totally
just because they happen at different intervals of time.
For fuck's sake. How the fuck is that a 10? Not one on the card. Jesus, okay, cool.
So I'll presume the first one is for Mina, because that's the one you called first. Mina's very nonchalant about how she introduces herself. The guard doesn't seem to react to that. Again, it's kind of like Elfric given his name. Yeah,
my name is Mina.
There's none of that. Like it's all very run of the mill. There's nothing really much to really talk about there, I don't think. And particularly you're kind of you've already kind of trained your ear to kind of wait for Mina to introduce herself to the guard that you're not even really paying heed to Damon at the minute, and you miss that interaction. For all of your observation skills, you unfortunately don't. That doesn't register on this occasion. Okay. You guys can make your way into Kingdom's Cross, and you're almost when you enter the Duke and his guard, kind of stop pretty much right at the entrance and take a left turn. Excuse me. And the Duke says, "We're going to go into the Castonian guard barracks here and explain the situation to some of the higher level patrolmen, and the captain of the guard here in Kingdom's Cross will explain the situation. We hope to perhaps maybe set foot on our way to Petlin. It'll probably be tomorrow morning before we leave once again, as we have some business to take care of here. But please, again, no need for camping. Make your way to the inn, or the tavern, whichever takes your fancy, and we will pick up the tab."
No need to tell me twice.
And Shadar, as you're kind of walking on, I suppose you've been to Kingdom's Cross before. I suppose you've kind of been through here, and that interaction with the guard, that's happened to you every single time. This isn't because of the Violet Madness. This is a protocol they've always had in place. Yeah. For those who are kind of lesser familiar with Kingdom's Cross, you see Shadar kind of weaving in and out between like oncoming horses, carts, people. It's like there's no like system here. It's kind of all over the shop. But anyone who's less familiar with stuff they're probably like bumping into the odd person and kind of have to sidestep for a carriage and a horse who's just zooming past down the dirt track. But you're making your way towards the inn, is it?
Yeah, has Tyrion been here before?
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's found it like the Shadar will kind of look over to him. I see once you find the rhythm of this place, it's you get used to it. I see you've been here before.
Yes.
Well, how about a quick pint in the inn?
Oh, I suppose some refreshment will go in hand.
So what time is it, Mark? We're 5 or 6 hours from dawn, was it?
It's probably about midday-ish. But by the sounds of it, the Duke is going to be a couple of hours doing what he needs to do, and by then it'll probably be too late to start venturing north towards Petlin. So the idea is to spend one night here in Kingdom's Cross before making the trip.
Cool. One night in King's Cross. All right. Yeah, I mean, sure, look, I suppose Shadar will go and drop his things off in the inn. And he will... before he goes to the fortified tankard, he's going to do the rounds and just see if there's anyone, like, horrifically injured that he can sort of, extol the virtues of death to. And just, tell them how lucky they are to, be on the threshold of death. For sure, there is a kind of like an area where someone may be injured on their travels or kind of on stretchers and things like that. It's not huge, and it's not by any means a place of proper medical treatment or kind of clerical healing. It's just like people with splints and the odd like arrow jammed in the leg kind of thing from an accident or a hunting accident or something like that. But yeah, there's only maybe about 5 to 6 people in this area. They're either sick or injured. If there's someone that's quite literally taken an arrow to the knee, then Shadar will he'll go up and drop a cure wounds on them.
Yeah, sure.
There you go, my friend. The Raven Queen does not call for your soul just yet. Do good with this gift.
And as the wound completely closes up, again, I think we've had this instance before. Like, he will offer you coin for healing.
No, I don't need it. Pay forward, though, my friend. The next beggar or person who's down on their luck, you see, you'll give them that coin.
You have my thanks and blessings of the Raven Queen for you to come here today.
Yes.
Certainly would have reduced the recovery time. I should be back on my feet. Well, now I feel
fantastic.
I feel much better. Thank you.
Great. Shadar walks off to the fortified tankard and throws his head back over his shoulder and kind of thinks to himself, I hope he was not a mass murderer.
Think of all the graves you could dig.
Yeah.
What is everybody else doing? I presume, Shadar, you've booked your room in the inn and done all that. Yeah. What was everybody else doing at this time?
I'm gonna drop Meal off at the stables.
Makes
probably.
sense. Yeah.
And then I would head to the inn.
Okay. How about everybody else?
Yeah, I mean, we've been on the road for a little while, haven't we? I think I'll probably head to the inn as well.
Okay.
I want to go to the market, if possible.
Yeah. I was going to say, survey the market for anything interesting.
Okay.
So the particular thing I'm looking for is an alchemy kit. However, I'm also happy to look around just to see if there's anything else that may interest me.
Let me see. What would... so you can indeed get alchemist supplies. It will cost you... let's see. How much do alchemist supplies go for these days? 20 gold, we'll say. Cost you about that?
Can I try and convince him? 15?
Roll a persuasion check. And as you're standing in the middle of this bustling market, you spot a stall that has all sorts of alchemical equipment, and there you see in a nice kind of leather, kind of like a doctor's bag kind of thing, that when you pull it out, you kind of, it has these like test tubes and bottles and stuff on racks and things like that. It's very easy to find your way through the supplies contained within. And
I like the idea of that.
The shopkeep is very enthusiastic about what this what is contained inside in this kit and what I can do for the likes of you yourself, good sir. And with an 18 persuasion, I think you can barter him down. I'll say 15. Oof. The contents within this case are the highest of quality, I assure you. Let's say 16, and we'll shake hands on it.
Okay, I'm not going to argue over a gold piece.
Yeah. I'm just going to make it a little bit difficult for you, that's all. But with an 18, yeah, he's willing to let it go for that. And he picks up the case, he closes it shut, hands it to you with one hand, and extends a handshake with the other. And he goes, a deal well struck, my good man.
Yes, thank you very much. That's going to help me exponentially, so I appreciate that.
Oh, no problem at all. If there's anything else that we can get for you here, we'd be happily trade our fine wares for your gold.
Excellent.
What brings you to Kingdom's Cross? Where are you heading for? Nobody seems to stay here for a long time. They're all on their way to here, there, and everywhere. What's your end destination, if I may be so bold to ask, sir?
We're heading towards Pethlin.
Ah, yes, very popular. It's either north or south, really, here, isn't it? Not many people going towards Barinthus or Merrin these days. It's always Heathcote, Pethlin. It's the North Trail. It's a busy one.
Yes. Actually, I have a question for you.
Oh, well, if I can help, I can most certainly try.
I'm assuming you stay within the four corners here.
Oh, very regularly.
Have you happened to have, and I'll look around just to make sure nobody's particularly listening, I don't suppose you have seen a individual walk through long blue robe with a hood to it?
Oop. I'm trying to roll something here. Hang on. There we go. Long blue robe. Was there we get a lot of wizards passing by from Heathcote to Pethlin and vice versa. And they all tend to wear these extravagant robes, don't they? Of usually fine silk or bright colours and gold thread along the edges.
This fella wouldn't be that extravagant. It was kind of a straightforward enough blue cloak, but with a hood. Would have probably kept his face covered most of the time.
Oh, well, we get that sort as well, Bilad. We get all sorts of shady characters. And again, going towards either the capital or Pethlin as well, and they could, well, blue would be an odd choice for them. It's usually the greys and the blacks and the likes, what have you. But no, I don't recall seeing anyone that stood out in my memory of a blue robe.
Well, how about this? If you happen to see this person, I'll be staying over at the inn. Come and let me know, will you?
Well, of course I will. For a fine customer such as yourself with a good eye for taste, I'll happily exchange information.
Okay. And I hate doing this, but I'm gonna, because of what it means. I'm gonna turn my ring around.
Mm-hmm.
And just put my hand on his counter as such for his stall. And just say, the kingdom will be very happy to have your information, should you come across any.
Let's see if he notices the ring on. If he like, I'm sure he probably will, but he's not gonna. He's gonna cast an eye down, but it's gonna be a glance, and he's not gonna. The significance of what he glanced at isn't really gonna sink in. Maybe until later on, but not right away.
That's fair.
Yeah, but he'll say he'll just kind of pass it off as, you know, his. If you were to read his thoughts, he'll probably just think at that moment in time that this guy, he thinks just because he's rich, he thinks is important. Huh? Well, we get lots of rich people passing by here. You know, that's kind of what he's thinking. But he's like, oh yes, sir, and likewise, information is as worth its weight in gold these days.
Oh, don't worry, there'll be plenty of that if you give me the right information. Okay, thank you very much. And I'll walk away. And even without my helm, I can read what a putz. Like,
yeah. Tyrion, you were kind of walking around the stalls as well.
Just looking for something peculiar or strange or what seems out of place for.
Oh, hello, Tyrion.
So as Damon kind of joins up with you with his new swanky alchemical bag, I would like Tyrion to roll a perception check.
Let's see. I'll take a 9.
Okay, yeah. Like, I mean...
At the risk of not turning this into a shopping episode, can I roll a passing perception as I'm walking through? Because I have to go through the markets to get to the inn anyway.
Sure.
And I'm happy to meet with everyone and do this together.
So I'll do yours. You can roll, but it'll be before you kind of meet up with the guys. Okay. Tyrion, you don't particularly see anything. Like it's a bustling market. Like there's people like you're nearly inundated with the different sounds of people bartering left, right, and center. There's stalls of, you know, vegetable stalls, kind of various meat stalls. There's pocket bacon stalls. There's cured bacon stalls, things like that. Base weapons, nothing too fancy, nothing that seems to be of magical nature or anything like that. But it's a bustling market, but you're not going to find anything kind of crazy good here. It's a kind of simple commoners kind of market situation. Mina, before you link up with the guys, you're kind of casting an eye around this place, and I suppose at first glance you see what Tyrion sees. You know, you see an awful lot of people just bartering, trading, typical busy commoners market kind of situation. But kind of as you're kind of walking around and getting a better feel for the place, you notice that is a distinct lack of guard presence in the market. Because when you notice, this place was very well guarded around the towers, especially when you came in, there was a lot of presence on foot around Kingdom's Cross with the guards. The market doesn't seem to have, well, very little, basically. And just when Tyrion and Daemon get into eye shot, you're not too far away. They can see you. You can see them, and this you start to hear above the talk and barter and all this kind of stuff of the traders and sellers and whatnot. You hear some sounds of distress. You hear shouting. You hear, you hear someone roar, "You get back here, you!" And just out of the corner of your eye, then a woman comes into your field of view, Mina, and she's actually kind of, aside from a few kind of different features, she actually looks quite similar to you. Kind of has that kind of tawny beige skin. She has kind of black curly hair, kind of greenish eyes, and she's just kind of wearing these basic kind of commoner clothes. She's not dressed as kind of fancy as you are, or has any kind of swanky instruments, weapons right now. Basically just like she'd nearly blend in with the crowd, but she's kind of you know what I'm talking about.
I know what you're talking about.
And she comes into the crowd, and she's holding a small child, a baby, and she's just looking around like there's panic in her eyes. She's sweating, and she's just looking around the crowd, and she spots you and runs directly over to you, and she says something to you in a tongue that reminds you of your youth. It's
fascinating.
It's common, but it's a variation of common that a lot of people wouldn't understand. And she just kind of obviously gently thrusts the baby into your arms, and she says, por favor, no dejes que se la leven. And she just runs off like into the crowd, and about 2 seconds later, 2 guards are in pursuit, and they don't even pay any heed to you. They're just kind of swords drawn, kind of looking around, and to go that way, and they just run off in pursuit in the same direction as she ran off in. And about 15 seconds later, and I suppose Tyrion and Daemon are probably, they see this, and have no doubt probably started making their way over there. But before they make it to you, this guy runs, and he's kind of dressed like a commoner. He's like a loose kind of purple tunic on him, and again he has this kind of same skin tone as yourself, maybe a little bit darker, short black hair, curly, and deep brown eyes. And you can see that he is sweating at the brow. His pupils are dilated, bloodshot eyes, and tears rolling down his face. He looks very distressed, and you can see in a kind of sheath or scabbard around his waist a kind of cutlass. As he runs, is kind of like, it's very like the belt is loosely clasped around, and the blade is like swinging wildly as he runs. And he's like looking around frantically. He's trying to, obviously he seems to be in pursuit of these guards, looking to where they're going. And he spots you, and he sees you kind of just obviously very confused and whatever, looking, holding this child that you have no idea.
Mina is amused. Amused is the word. Not even confused, just amused.
And he spots you, yeah. And he just, like trembling, approaches you, and he goes to like,
guapo little niñeta.
He goes to like take the child, but then stops, and he looks you dead in the eyes, and he says, "Por donde se fueron?" My Spanish is terrible.
I was gonna say we could just switch to English and pretend, but
he says in that tongue, "Which way did they go?"
to get Christian to put in subtitles.
Yeah.
Mina will just kind of do one of those like jerks with the lips because I feel like I'm among my people and they know what that means. So just one of those, and she keeps holding the baby. I don't know.
And he just darts off, and as he's gone full sprint, he turns his head and shouts back, "Take her to the market, to the vegetable stall, and ask for Tala."
Mina just kind of just.
All right, and yeah, Tyrion, Damon, you saw the whole thing. You didn't quite understand, obviously, what was said. It's in a weird kind of variation of common, or in my case, very, very bad Spanish. That they describe what both the girl and the guy said.
Yes, I guess I head over to Mina and be.
Just.
Well, I guess congratulations is in order, but this happened
know!
rather quickly.
Isn't he gorgeous?
Well, was that kind of market?
It is a she, by the way.
Isn't she gorgeous, princess?
I must say, Mina, I wasn't expecting you to settle down quite so quickly, but it's nice to see you smile again, I guess.
To be honest, I'm not quite sure what happened. I was always told this stuff could happen quickly, but I didn't really think it was that quickly.
I mean, you're certainly defying any logic that I know of.
Just a point to note, by the way, the woman and the man and the baby, all human. Failed to mention that, just so you know.
So it's very obvious the guards were chasing her, and he was trying to get after all of them. Is that right, Mark?
Say that again, sorry.
So it was obvious that the guards were chasing her, and then the man was trying to catch up with all of them.
That's what it looked like, yeah. And he had a cutlass, like a fancy kind of fencing saber, loosely strapped to his waist.
He didn't have any colors, though.
No, he was actually in like commoner clothes.
Okay. Well, what are you going to do, Mina?
Oh, I think we'll take a walk.
What about it, Satyria? You always strike me as a good daddy type.
Do you just call you daddy?
I'm so dreadfully sorry, Tartarian, but it is not yours.
I would hope not.
I'm sorry you had to find out this way.
That reminds me, I must make you some chaps, dear boy.
Where do you intend to bring the child? Is there an orphanage nearby? I don't remember one.
No, I think we're gonna take a walk on over, see the other stands.
I forgot to reveal the token of the dude, actually. He has a token. There he is. I'll control Z that. Oh shit, that didn't work.
No, you took him off.
Control Z, you need to shift Z.
Oh, shift Z.
Control Z is undo.
Ah, that's why he disappeared.
Yeah.
That's the
Steven,
dude.
you did
There
the
he
exact
is.
same thing I did.
There he is. Man, that was
Oh, shit.
in the poster. You just gave me a flower, not a whole ass child.
The flower was a metaphor.
Oh god, it usually is, isn't it? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, usually you take the flower, you don't give it though.
Hey, I'll do whatever I want with my flowers.
I love how you're just nursing that water bottle.
Yeah, you know, just
Yeah.
It's method acting.
probably weighs the same.
Making the water very hot though.
There was ice in it before. But yeah, no, I think they asked to take it to the vegetable stall and talk to Tala, so that's where I'm going.
You guys follow?
I will escort Mina if she wants an escort.
Damon just wants in on the drama. He's just like, ooh, what's going
I'm
on
not
here?
denying nor confirming anything.
Damon, I have a secret. You're not the father either. I'm so sorry you had to find out like this.
Listen, he's a little bit less horny for me, so he's definitely not my child.
Yeah, no, I'm
Okay, so Damien, or I keep on saying Damien. Damon, Tyrion, you're that's the mix between Damon and Tyrion now.
yeah. Is that the ship
Yeah.
name now?
Yep,
Yeah.
must be.
Listen,
you guys are.
start Linda off on one.
Yeah, but also using the name Damien around newborn babies is not really good. It's not a good thing. So
You might say it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, you might say it's a bad omen.
hey.
Why do you think I have that name?
Oh God.
So,
Yeah, no,
the-
Mina is engrossed in baby talk, and
the vegetable stall is on the other side of the market, far away from the kind of hustle and bustle of what just happened now. And indeed, when you approach, you see a woman manning the vegetable stall. Human. It seems to be pretty deserted, but as she sees you approach, and she sees the baby in your arms, her eyes will just kind of widen, and she'll kind of come around the stall, we'll say, and kind of almost snatch the child from you. I don't know if you just like release and let her take it or whatever, but
probably not. Probably just do one of those, like one of these, but then she's
Okay.
like
and again in that similar
in that same common.
yeah, like in that same tongue, she'll say, "Please give me the child. Who are you? Did they take her? Did they take them?"
First of all, before you get this child, who is they and why would they take him?
You don't.
Oh
you don't
no,
understand.
the helm. Maybe he does. Or did you use the helm? They're speaking in a different language.
It's Tyrion's helm.
Oh, is it not
yeah.
a language I understand?
It's not. It's a variation of common, kind of.
Oh, okay, then no, I wouldn't. Sorry.
It's just Mina that can understand it this time.
The
No, I
first thing
wasn't
she'd
using
ask is who she was, like asking for a name, and then secondly, she'll tell her, yeah, just that there was a commotion, they were running, and I was asked to. Well, the baby was just thrust upon me, actually.
And so she'll kind of answer your questions, and it's like, Elsie, the woman that was being chased, I'm her sister, and so this is my niece, and she's like all the while like, give me the baby, give me the baby, give me the baby, but she'll say, did they catch her? Was she taken?
Not that I could see. I don't know.
And she'll kind of like give up like a prayer of thanks to herself under her breath, and say, there is hope. Thank you for bringing her here. And she's like, I don't know. At this point, have you given her the child now or no?
Yeah, I gave her the
Okay,
child
so
once
she-
I
so she-
verified she's Tala. Yeah.
Okay, and she did. Yeah, sorry, she said her name was Tala, and she takes the child, and like she'll go back to the back of the stall, and she'll like scoop up like with her free hand a handful of like coppers and silvers, and like hold it out to you. Goes, thank you. You've no idea what this means.
Mina will wave it off, and then she'll ask, like, does it look like they live here, or does it look like they're passing through?
I suppose you can't really tell. All you can see is a market stall, and they can be collapsible to set up and come and go whenever one pleases.
So I'll ask if they're kind of wandering through, or if they have roots here.
Yeah, and she'll say that, you know, they don't intend to stay here long term, but they have been here for the last several weeks. The town guard are hot on the trail of Lahadoda, she says, and they are of the opinion that this Lahadoda is within the confines of Kingdom's Cross at this moment in time, and they're trying to chase down as many leads as they can, but Tala swears that she does not know who this Lahadoda is, the person who's been attacking people on the roads, but she does know who, and she says we don't have a Lahadoda. murder is just the it's not what we're about, but we do have La Fuegante. He's someone that looks after us.
Alfugante.
El Fuegante, sorry, got it wrong.
You asked me for names, I gotta give them to you.
That just goes to show you just how bad my Spanish is. But she'll say, yeah, I think that's who the guards are. That's who the guard are looking for. I think they seem to think that
Mina
he is.
will see Damon and Tyrion and switch over to English, and she's like, "Well, I don't think La Lola or the Man on Fire are here at all."
Sorry, what now? While you were doing that, I had picked up. I want to pick up a fairly kind of smooth pebble or rock or something. If that's okay, Mark.
Mm-hmm.
And
sure, they're everywhere. Yeah.
Out of my bag, I'll just grab one of my tools quick. And while she was talking, because I didn't understand a word, but I just wanted to stay present in case Mina needed me. I've been etching into this stone essentially a picture of like a pretty bird.
Oh.
But then also, as I can do, I basically want to enhance it with a little bit of magic. And I'm going to give it to the woman and say, this is for the baby. Just press it whenever she needs a little bit of calm. And then when she presses the picture of the bird on the stone, it'll just do this lovely little jingle of like a, dun, 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 dun. Just this lovely little kind of tune.
Oh, I thought it was the Jurassic Park tune that you were humming there for a second. I was like, oh my god, that's hilarious.
I was trying to stay away from anything copyrighted.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah.
So they think you guys, or one of you, are the person causing all this havoc.
Well, yes, but we're not. I assure you. We do have a slight bit of tension, resistance against the town guard. You know what I'm talking about, she says, and that's what the Man on Fire does for us. He helps people like us who are being accosted and chased down unnecessarily, and in some cases captured.
You're probably a bit far for him to be able to help you, but why?
Well, it's not the Man on Fire. It's just what we call the next best thing from such a far away place, from home. That he acts in a similar manner. He stands up for us. He stands up for his people.
Who is that?
And she'll run a description quite similar to the gentleman that you encountered not too long ago.
Wait. Oh, okay. Oh, interesting. The one who told me to come here.
Yes, he must have. If Elsie did not tell you, then yes, it would have been him.
He threw me some instructions, but he didn't throw me a name.
She wouldn't be so inclined as to give you his name.
I gave her a baby.
I know, but I'm gonna ask you for a persuasion check, DC 13. And you have a +9. Yeah, okay. Yeah.
How about what? I gave her a baby.
She'll give you two names, his first and last name, and this is the Man on Fire. Oh, well, he goes by the name of Loris Roche, and I'll put that into the chat. And he's been in Castonia for quite some time.
Wait, hold on. You're doing this to me again. Is it Loris?
LLORIS.
Loris.
Yes. Yeah. Yoris.
I was like, you're killing me with all these things.
I didn't even do Spanish for the Leaving Cert, okay?
He's doing his best.
I use Google Translate, okay?
No, I love it. I love it.
Awesome.
I love all of it.
Is this middle name Ferrero?
Yes.
With these puns,
Yes.
you're already spoiling us.
Yoris. So that is indeed his name. So Tala tells you. But with a 26 persuasion, you're fairly damn sure that That is his name.
Okay, cool. Does it seem like I'm kind of wearing out my welcome here, or is she like, oh my god?
Oh no,
stay.
she's like offering you, like, because you didn't take coin, she's like offering you vegetables and whatever she has. Like, here, you don't want my money, take my vegetables. But she's offering you like everything she can, like a place to stay, even though they don't really have great sleeping quarters at this moment in time because they're just kind of here temporarily. But she's like, you're her new best friend, basically. That's how she's acting.
So if
She's
there's any
she's treating you like family. How about that?
Yeah, okay. I was gonna say, because depending on that feeling, there might be like not a dismissal of Damon and Tyrion, but one of those like, I might stay here for a bit if you guys want to head on back to the inn or the tavern.
Yes, I've been to a few Kistaneras. I'm done here. Thank you very much. I'll see you later.
As soon as the drama wears off, Damon is gone. Like,
Hey, I gave a present. to the
I'm
baby,
kidding.
I
I'm
left.
I'm kidding. I'm
No, I
kidding.
know.
You guys are welcome to, but it's one of those like, oh, I'll probably be here a while, and then I'll say goodbye for 3 hours, and so like, you know.
I
You
would
guys
have
can
gone
go.
found Alfric anyway, so it's fine,
Yeah.
Mina. We'll see you later.
Yeah, Tyrion's kind of slightly spaced out, and as Damon leaves to just kind of follow him, because all he can think in his head is like, Mina and Damon both kind of made comments about not being the child's father, and no, it's not you either. And I was like, did they genuinely know how this works, or is he traveling with people that have no idea how
Tyrion is just
population
that.
works?
Tyrion is just the meme of that woman with the equations floating around the head.
Yeah.
I
In
think
the last 2 sessions, he's been telling me how I'm going through puberty, and now asking whether I know how babies are made.
Like the start delivery's done.
I think
Of course,
we're
that
just
conversation where it's like, no, I know how babies. It was a joke, you know.
You're handed them in a
Like,
mouth.
haha.
There you go.
Oh, I know how babies are made. You just go to the market and someone hands you one.
From
you
the
just-
vegetable stall, pick straight out of the cabbage patch. Come
you
on.
go to the baby shop.
Did we get a name for the guy that handed the baby over?
Yeah.
What was it?
That was Lord of
Yoris.
Your-
Yoris.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yes.
Sorry. Okay.
You
Right.
can call him
I have it in the chat.
Oh, yeah,
Lord.
sorry.
Lionel Richie.
All along. That was the same
you
guy
gotta
that said that as a
anglicize
token.
it.
Okay. Sorry.
So
missed
next
Yeah.
time anyone scries on him now, he's just gonna be like, "Hello, is it me you're looking for?"
that. Me scrying for.
On that note, I'm gonna take a 5-minute break there,
Cool.
and we'll get back into the shenanigans that have ensued from.
He's got to rehearse the next line in
Nice.
Spanish.
I gotta go just consult the dictionary real quick, and we'll be right back. Ciao. And we are back. So we've had a very eventful first half, I think, in the sense of a new party member joining very, very temporarily. But so yeah,
You guys need to go back and tell Shadar that I had a baby. Like, just no, like, just no explanation and see what happens.
just drop the context and just.
Just drop the context and.
So yeah, like I mean, I don't know how it's going to be explained to Alfric and Shadar, but yeah, essentially Mina had a baby for a little while.
So when I get back to the tavern, I'm just going to kind of sit down with them and I'm like, Alfric, I need your help.
Before you do that, sorry, Damon, to
Yeah,
interrupt. Is there anything Alfric and Shadar are doing in the tavern in the meantime? Or if not, we can jump to that. I just wanted to just double check that there wasn't anything.
I think Shadar will just be checking in with him just to see if he's okay. So he'll be like, "Well, my friend, that was intense on the road."
It was. It certainly was. I think I'm still mulling over things a little bit, but
You all right?
I'm okay. I'm okay. I don't think it changes things fundamentally. What we're out to accomplish, or what our purpose is here. We just have to take these things in our stride.
Yes. But I suppose, as long as you're aware, we take them in 5 strides instead of 1, as it were.
Well, that alone is very reassuring. I've much less to fear.
I feel we've
in
been
that
through
case.
a lot and we've proved ourselves as a group. So I'm hopeful and I'm confident in our abilities.
Well, you're a perceptive fellow, Shadar. I feel with you watching my back, I should be all right.
Do you hear that?
No.
I swear it sounds like a baby crying or something. Anyway. That's it for Shadar.
Very well. And if there's nothing else, then we'll say it's at that point that Tyrion and Daemon enter the tavern. You guys see Elfric and Shadar just kind of kicking back, having the wine or the ale or what have you. And yeah, you guys can sit on down and approach.
Welcome,
Goes
my
straight to the
friends.
bar.
There they are.
I'll go and sit down first, and I'll be like, Elfric, I wonder if I might have some of your help in a moment. But first, Mina's just been given a baby.
I'm sorry, what?
Yes, apparently now she has a baby to look after.
Let go.
Oh, I don't know.
Blessings of the Raven Queen. I had prepared the silence spell today, so that's fortuitous.
Yeah, so we have a new party member. This is pretty interesting, isn't it?
Really?
Yes.
Are we dragging it? Why? Can we not leave it with somebody? Leave it in the stables or something?
Well, I mean, from what I'd gathered, it was left before, and now it's left with Mina.
God, you're fucking with me.
I most certainly am not.
We have to cart a little wailing bastard child around the place.
Well, I mean, you can't say for sure it's a bastard. You don't actually know, do you?
It's a term of endearment, my friend.
Well, I can't wait till you call me a bastard then, I guess.
Yes, you are a handsome bastard.
That I am, and don't you
Yes,
forget
indeed.
it.
It's hard to. That face. So close to me all the time. But seriously, we're not really carting a little.
We do get
How
into
much
some
later,
dangerous
but
situations. I
We're
mean,
not really going to
even
cart
now
a
we
little.
haven't.
Sorry.
How much
an
did he
assassin
mean
on our
that?
trail.
Shadar, he hates kids.
No. What he said about Damon. This is my way of asking for an insight check, but I didn't want to say it
I mean, like
directly.
he thinks you're a handsome man.
Okay, good to know.
Sorry, Matt.
Yeah, we do get ourselves into some dangerous situations. I'm not sure not sure it'd be appropriate for an infant.
Don't worry,
What
she
to
gave
do.
the baby back.
Guys,
She was just asked to look after it for a moment or two.
thank the gods. Imagine being in charge of a little crotch goblin.
Probably for the best. Oh,
I mean, I don't know where you
Goblins,
come
are they-
from, but goblins don't usually come in crotches.
That's where they come from.
Do you really have a way with words, Shadar?
Yes. Do you know one time in my youth I wished to be a poet?
But you didn't know it?
Oh, I knew it. I blew it. You know,
Shadar, give yourself a point of inspiration for that. You deserved it.
Damon's doing, the Jean-Luc Picard, like, face palm, like, oh my god. Like,
The whole
what?
tavern did the same thing.
Or is it that moment from Is it Police Squad
Airplane.
where they... Yeah.
Did I hear uniformed clapping?
well, thank the gods, because it'll not have been a good thing. Maybe I'll make my spiritual weapons tiny babies next time.
Wailing babies.
Yeah, but the
I
problem-
would take psychic damage.
Yeah, the issue with that, though, Shadar, is you'd take the damage and not our enemy.
It's very true. I would not be considered an ally of the babies. So
Okay, come over to my gaff on a Saturday afternoon. It's just like a spirit guardians of wailing kids just
oh god.
swirling all over the place.
Well, Sir Tyrion.
Well,
All right, my friend.
Tyrion's still at the bar. Damon went to sit down. He went straight to the bar. Is there any interesting bottles in the collection?
Nothing of a Gregan nature in a small place such as Kingdom's Cross, but there is some good stuff up there, like good whiskies. There's some pretty not top shelf stuff that you'd get in a very high end tavern or a noble's manor or anything like that. But there's stuff that's separated from the common liquors, if you know what I mean.
He'll replenish his empty bottle. He will buy a half decent bottle of whiskey and a round of drinks for whatever he can see on the table.
Ooh, very good.
man.
Fantastic.
So
You can purchase yourself with maybe, we'll say 13 silver.
13 silver.
Alfred, you still have the samples of the spores, don't you?
Of course, yes. I've been keeping them safe.
I wonder if we may work together in our time available to try and work out this issue, this cure ourselves, especially since though that doctor is an absolute prick and I can't wait to murder him.
Well, quite understandable. Yes, I've hoped to study them further, but I've lacked the equipment.
Well, see, this is the great thing is I actually just picked up an alchemist kit today.
Oh, well, that's a wise move. Yeah, I'd be happy to work together on the matter, see what we can figure out.
And Damon just like starts taking it out on the table, like he's like, let's go. He's ready to do it right now.
Now we're talking. This is more like it.
So yeah, Mark, I would like to start the makings of trying to create a cure myself.
Okay, interesting.
Wow.
And are you just doing that right here, right now, in the middle of the tavern?
I mean, maybe
Yeah, I
we'll
think
take
we're
a corner
fully
table.
just like sweeping stuff off to the side of the table, just
Yeah.
like, let's go.
Alfred seemed up for it, and I didn't want to waste the opportunity. So yeah.
Damon's the kid that got the present in town and just like has to open it in the restaurant before he gets home.
And it was a chemistry set, so it's on
Yeah,
the table.
yeah.
Like,
Okay. In that case, I would. So are you proficient with alchemy kits?
I am indeed, yeah.
Okay, well then you
Roll a
can-
nat 20, finish the game. Let's do it.
We won Dungeons and Dragons.
I would ask you to make a check on that, and then with your alchemy tools, and
Can I help at all?
you can, but you'll be rolling a different check.
Okay.
I would like Alfric to roll. Wouldn't be a medicine check.
Great.
This isn't to cure the violent madness. This is not to infect
24.
everyone in the
That's
tavern.
what I was thinking, yeah.
Yeah, at 24. However, I am also going to add my flash of genius to that to make it a 29.
Okay. And Alfric is going to roll a 12 on medicine.
Yeah.
So you will at some point have to unstopper the vial that has the spores in it to kind of tip it into another kind of, say, a calcinator or something like that. That Damon has taken out of the bag and is already kind of like set up, and while everyone else is like drinking, and and Shadara is going to step away while that's happening, and
I'll be right back.
you're going to tip some of the, not all of it, like as delicately as you can. You're going to tip maybe like a couple of bits and pieces of the mushroom that you managed to salvage, and in it goes. And for like the best part of like an hour, Damon is just tinkering away with this thing. All the while, Alfric is kind of studying the reactions and how stuff inside this myconid substance is breaking down, and if you can extract particular type of like proteins or enzymes or whatever you have, that it can hopefully maybe in the hopes of either figuring out what this thing is or potentially synthesizing a treatment or cure. With a 29, you can see that your kit, Damon, is working nicely, and everything is going according to plan. With that 29, you notice as well, after about an hour, that it gets to a certain point where the substance is starting to really break down to like its core constituents, we'll say.
Yeah.
And one of the kind of Erlenmeyer flasks that you have, like a Bunsen burner and everything set up on the table now.
Yeah.
That's kind of bubbling away. The reaction is starting to get violent, Alfric, with a roll of 12, you're unsure as to why that is happening. It shouldn't.
Interesting.
Obviously, I would shut down anything that was going to potentially cause a problem to anyone.
Yeah,
in here,
contaminants and that
yeah.
sort of thing will be on top of that.
Okay, so you're just going to turn off like the flame and try and subside the reaction from happening. Is that it?
If it looks like it's going to cause
That's
any
not
kind of
sure.
danger to anyone, then yes, absolutely.
Okay.
However, we are, well, I know Alfred probably would be, and I definitely am making notes of all of this as, you know, we're trying to work this out progressively over time.
I'm going to ask you both to make an Arcana check, and the DC is going to be 22.
Very well.
Can I add Flash of Genius to him?
If you can, you can. Yeah.
Yeah, so I add that, which is an extra 5, so it's 24 for
Oh,
him.
lovely.
Okay.
And then I rolled a 16, so yeah, I don't know.
Okay, so yeah, Damon, you're still baffled. Like this, you know the science behind what you've just done, and there's no reason why the constituents in this should have caused a potential. You might even say it could have caused maybe a minor explosion, maybe the way it was bubbling and the reaction was becoming violent. You don't know. Alfric, at first you also didn't know, but I suppose just something about the way Damon has everything set up. Maybe one component was next to another, and that you were able to kind of link ideas together, and it just comes to you that there is definitely something magical in the actual base components of the fungus. Like I knew you already knew it was,
Yeah.
you already knew it was a magical
I was
disease.
actually going to ask if we could determine that or not, so that is good to know.
So you would have already known that it is a magical disease, but now you know that it's not a disease that was conjured, magically. Alfric, you're able to tell from the way this was this all happened that the disease, the madness itself isn't actually magical by nature, but you think that this was derived from something else that is magical. Like this is like a byproduct of something much bigger and potentially more dangerous. You can tell that because when it's stripped down to its base components, there's magic there where it shouldn't be. It's like this isn't something that was conjured. This is something that was taken or given off by something else.
Yes, yeah, it was sort of a magical source to begin with.
So
Right, exactly.
It was like a plant grown in kryptonite soil, and it took on some of the principles of the kryptonite, essentially. That kind of idea.
Kind
Or at least that might have been
of.
how it originally started. Okay.
Kind of. You like as Matt said, it's like the violet madness is a byproduct of something else magical.
Right. Okay.
And
And from that though, can we tell whether that is a natural thing? Like, is it something we could face by creating a cure, or is that something we have to face by breaking the magic?
Ooh, no, that I don't think that would be possible to tell at this time.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
Yes, maybe some further study.
Absolutely. I mean, this is something I wish to carry on with you for as long as it takes us to get it sorted.
I think
This-
possibly next time, if a tavern might not be the place. We could go somewhere outdoors. We could cast a Learman's tiny hut to seal in the area, and then we would have more freedom to perhaps take some more risks.
Funny as you mentioned that, Alfric, this drunken dwarf comes up from behind you and goes, "Hey, look at these fancy drinks. What are you boys drinking here?
No.
That one looks particularly tasty. That one, that there purple one."
Can I telekinetically shove him back? It's like, whoa.
You telekinetically shove him back towards like the privy, like the toilets, and the door slams shut.
Yeah. You don't want to drink that, friend.
I mean, there could be a way to test it, but yeah, no,
I
probably
think
not.
we would step on the wrong side of ethics there,
Yes, I know.
especially if he's drunk.
I suppose we better try and destroy this properly then. Do you have any ideas about how to? I mean, could you do your thing and disperse of it?
Well,
I feel like just pouring it down the drain would not be a good
it
idea.
wouldn't be ideal, would it? I mean, what's left of our experiment at the moment, Mark? Is it like a liquid?
It is all liquid,
Or-
yeah.
I suppose we could just sort of bottle it up, couldn't we?
I wonder if we would maybe be able to weaponize this.
I would feel a little uneasy about inadvertently spreading the disease further, even if it was.
No, sorry, I didn't misspoke, but what I mean is once we got the cure, I wonder if we could weaponize it against the people that have it.
Quite possibly, yes. Yeah, that could definitely be a useful thing.
Like like the fellows that stuck me in the box, they obviously have the affliction, but it doesn't seem to be killing them.
Yes, well, I fear that what we've learned from this suggests that there's a source of the madness that is even more powerful and even more potent than the form of it we've encountered so far.
So you think maybe kill the source and we kill the spore, or at least I suppose the continued growth.
Perhaps, but first we'd have to find it.
Yes. Once we see Gelfond, we can tell
At
him
least
of
we've
our
got a
findings.
starting point, yes.
Yes. Thank you, Elfric.
No, it was a good of you to take the initiative and purchase the equipment. The more time we can take for study, the better.
Well, it's obvious we can't trust that doctor back in Femlis.
No. I fear not. I have a particular contempt for those who try to addle and control the minds of others.
Yes.
I think we ought to be having stern words with him if we encounter him again.
Well, I can imagine having a wife on ice underneath his house means that Satyrion's probably going to try and take his head, so I don't think words are going to be...
Shadar frowns on that sort of thing as well. I think he's done enough to earn the ire of all of us.
Yes, that's true. Okay, well, let's take this outside and try and disperse of it properly.
It's enough for... Yes, we've managed to not harm ourselves and learn a little bit. I think that's... it's on the better end of what we could hope for.
So yeah, I'm going to make sure all the equipment's cleaned and put back in, Mark, and we're going to disperse of this liquid suitably, either burning it away or something of the like.
Okay, and where exactly are you taking it to incinerate it?
Oh, I'd be taking it out. That's a good point. I suppose it'd be best out of the town.
Outside of Kingdom's Cross, ideally.
Yeah.
Outside and downwind and at least 500
And
feet
so
away.
and so, yeah, and so on and so forth.
Is there
In
a
a
bottomless
clearing.
pit nearby? Okay,
Let's start and dig a
so
grave.
for right now, I'm assuming that this is in a stoppered, like, round bottom flask or something, and who's holding on to it?
Actually, if it is stoppered, I'll put it in my bag of holding.
Ooh,
Because
That's a good idea.
it'd be a good idea to see if it changes naturally now.
We can keep an eye on it, yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
so I'll keep hold of it for now.
Okay, very good, very good.
Can I
Hold him.
pat Sir Tyrion on the back there at the bar?
Mhm.
Well, my friend, don't take this the wrong way, but how much money do we have?
We
Is there a party treasurer yet, or what's the story here? I've something to present to you all. Something, a proposal, as it were.
Well, I'm not exactly sure of the party fund. I know personally I have slightly
I've-
over 200 gold pieces.
Something similar myself. I could draw funds from the Temple of the Raven Queen when we get to Pethlin, but this would probably be a last-ditch effort. The paperwork takes weeks, and it's the bureaucracy can just be longer than actually standing in the Queen's queue herself. So, but I have access to a spell it's called Hero's Feast. It might steal our hearts and our minds before maybe a rather critical battle, as it were. Fortunately, one of the components is a gem-encrusted bowl worth at least 1,000 gold pieces, which the spell consumes. Always wondered where that bowl went. But does she have a stack of them beside her? So all the folks that have cast Hero's Feast, just a collection of bowls. But anyway, I digress. So yes, it would be something I think would be an investment of sorts.
Yes, I quite agree.
Steal your will against make you immune to fear, being frightened by something. I obviously I'm speaking to the wrong man here, but you know the rest of them, and so on. But yes, something I'd like to put to the party. I didn't know if we had a party treasurer yet or not, but anyway.
Well,
It looks like they're cleaning up over there.
perhaps that could be something that we discuss, but as far as I'm aware, we haven't really come across any major treasure hauls or finds as of yet.
No, it seems that way.
I'm quite curious to see if the dragon, but suppose a dragon, in the bog may have a
They like
horde.
gold, don't they?
Any dragon I've ever come across had a horde of some size.
Right. Maybe we should head there and murder it.
Well, I mean, recover the blossom that we must. But if
Yes. I'm sure we'll meet the dragon at some point.
yes,
But yes, all right. Well, they're cleaning up there. I'll present my idea to them.
yes, of course.
And Shadar will head down and be like, well. We kind of sit down and go to put his hands on the table and then not. And we look down and we quite sanitize the area, my friends.
Yes, where you've packed away now, it's all
Yep,
good.
all safe and secure.
Well, as I was saying to my brother in arms, I do have access to a spell called Hero's Feast, which, on the eve of a climactic battle or something, it's like a critical fight we may find ourselves going into, I can cast this. It lasts for 24 hours, and it will steel us against the effects of some sort of magical fear. It'll bolster our strength and bolster our defenses, but the components are, among others, a 1,000 gold piece chalice, jeweled chalice, as it were. So I don't just throwing it out there, saying, if you want to utilize this gift that I've been given from the Raven Queen, then it's there, but I don't have much money on my person. Otherwise, I would have paid for it myself. Just maybe
I'd be willing to make a contribution. A little gold is a small price to pay for being prepared.
1,000 gold, yes. But
So you say
Yes.
200 apiece?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2. Yes, 200 apiece.
Aw, he's still including me.
No, he's talking about
Your
the baby.
gold is still gold.
He's
He's
talking
talking about
the
the baby. Gary and Barry
Yeah.
haven't got 5 gold. Let alone
Barry and Barry can
200.
fuck
Yeah.
off. They're on guards' wages. But he's like, yes. I'd be around about 200 each. I do probably have. How long were we technically out? When it came to the Violent Madness, were we like several months, several weeks?
3 odd months, and
I do have
with
three
travel-
months. Yeah,
with travel, you're looking at about maybe 3.5 months.
I do have about 3.5 months of unclaimed wages sitting for me in the Raven Queen's temple, so I can probably immediately draw on that. But yes, did you know they're probably wondering why there's been no expenses lodged in 3 months? I was always quite known for my way with the expenses. But
Maybe
yes,
now's
anyway.
about time you write a letter to him then.
No, I cast a sending spell to the head of the Raven Queen's temple in Heathcote, not long after we escaped from that first town we were in. I forget its name. But yes, so anyway, look, the option's there if you wish. It's not something I mean, the components are pricey, so not something I recommend we do every morning, but
I'm happy to put in if everyone wants to.
Yes, likewise.
very well.
Do you want it now? Have you found one to buy?
Probably. I mean, I can pop out and have a little browse in the market and see if they have one. Probably not. But I mean, it's worth a check. And if not, we can probably pick one up in Pethlin.
Okay, well, I'll give you mine now. And I'm going to count this out there, Mark, obviously to give it to Shadar, but I want to make sure there's no, looky-loos, like trying to see us counting money and stuff like that first.
Yeah, why would you do
Fair,
that in a
fair.
small town?
I would have you roll a perception check in that instance then.
Doesn't really need it now, but cool.
He got the impression that you were trying to grab the money now to get it one if there was one.
All right,
didn't
no, yeah, I think he would go out number one and come back if he found one. But anyway,
No, like, I mean, there's, aside from the drunken dwarf that came up to you 5 minutes ago, people have been generally keeping to themselves.
he? Okay. So yeah, I give him the 200 gold from my side anyway.
he'll stash it away and keep an eye on it. Yeah, he'll head out for a walk and head to the market and see what he can suss out. He's also looking for ingredients for his tea.
The ingredients you can find.
Cool.
And I can't remember the price we agreed on for that.
I think it was I
think it was maybe
10 silver, was it, for 10? Some silver piece per dose or something?
it's a silver. Okay, yeah, if it is, then I can't honestly remember.
He has 299 gold on him, so it's not it's not going to break the bank.
Okay, cool.
But let me just see.
You can spend Damon's money on it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but let's roll a d20. Boom. There's 11 days worth of tea to be bought.
Lovely, thank you. You'll buy them all. That is 11 silver. So I've chalked off 1 gold, and I'll chalk off 1 silver.
Mm-hmm.
That should do that.
At some point, since you're in the market and you've got the perception of, God, you'd hear Mina laughing in the distance.
With a baby.
Before you react to any other laughters or anything like that, just a point to note that the market doesn't have anything as even anywhere near as extravagant as a jewel encrusted bowl worth 1,000 gold pieces.
Okay, cool. No worries. He'll he knows that laugh, and he'll just sort of look around the tent. Probably he will
It's
stealth.
like in the distance. It's not like
He will stealth, just to. I hope it's really bad.
Whoa.
No, there's no guidance, so that's an 8.
not a 9.
Oh, sorry, 9. Sorry, yeah.
Like, I mean, I
Well,
still.
my passive is a 19.
Yeah, like you hear the laugh and you kind of poke your head around the corner of a stall, and Mina meets eyes with you as she's talking to
she's
some.
looking.
Yeah, and you like still try to duck back, but then
He
you
does,
you
like,
get found
really,
out.
really awkwardly, and he just. And he's by himself and he's flustered.
I mean, at this point, given the last conversation we had, it's probably like a meet and then like a turn away.
Yeah, he's walking anyway back.
You did see her talking to someone.
Okay, he doesn't.
Is it just the two of us, or did the other
It's
guy come back yet?
just the two of you.
He's kind of moved on to the next stall.
That's the women's lingerie section, should I?
Oh, Jesus Christ! Like, well, it's almost the weekend, so.
Clerics wandering around in the female section.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to start calling Shadar Frankenfurter.
What I do with my weekends off of my business. Yeah, he's just he'll kind of wander up and he'll
Tell me, do you have anything with feathers?
Something fabulous. Yeah, he'll pop up. I think there's something else he wanted to get. Any jewelers there or anything? He does have.
There would be little jewel stalls, yeah.
Okay.
But it wouldn't be any of your high-end jewels and stuff. It would be.
Oh, okay.
No, 300 gold diamonds.
Nothing like that.
Oh, that's
no.
exactly what I was gonna. Yeah.
I think the most you'll get is probably a 50 gold piece worth of a die. Like again, these are small-time traders.
Yeah.
Any other adventuring parties around?
Like I mean, yeah, you do see some armed individuals that aren't like soldiers, guards. Like and a good demographic. Like you do see, you know, your half orc with a giant longbow on their back and a big old quiver of what looked to be like handmade arrows. You see like a couple of other you know, people in armor and great swords, long swords, but not affiliated with any town guard kind of thing. You do see a couple of wizards, as the person that was talking to Damon before says, like, wizards come and go. There's libraries in both Keithcove and Pethlin, so there'll be a lot of scholars going to and fro. Yeah, there's a lot of other individuals that would be out for adventure.
Cool. He'll do the rounds, and he will use his insanely high passive perception just to sort of eavesdrop. And just see if they're talking about any, you know, and I'm channeling my inner Shane here, and just see if they're talking about any juicy side quests, that maybe we could pip them to the point to and make some money on and get that chalice.
Could you roll a D20, please?
Me, an old wizard named Gresnam, looking for some.
Aye.
Jesus, you never know. Sorry, let me go. I rolled up a character sheet up and the dice roller.
Do you know what the timelines match?
For Gresnam it does.
For Gresnam it does, yeah. But we won't tell Shane that. With an 8, a lot of the talk is about how I saw, you know, I took on 4 of those shambling madness creatures on my way here, and then another one boasting, like 4, bah, yeah, took down 7, you know, and all this kind of shite. But nothing in particular about, you know, coming across any troves of treasure or anything close by that, like, I, you know, went
nothing
into
on the
this.
radar, we're heading off
Nothing,
to this. Or,
yeah, nothing. Like, if anything, you kind of depict that work seems to be a bit slow for the common adventurer at the moment.
Right. Cool. Well, then I guess he'll make his way back.
Okay, back to the tavern to the guys.
Yeah, where are the guys now? Yeah, he'll pop back.
I'll jump over to Mina then. For right now, is there anything in particular you wanted to kind of do while you were talking to Tala, or how are we faring there?
I sent you a couple of questions. I don't know if you wanted to answer them on chat or like on stream, or if it mattered.
So let me just jump back to your questions. Yeah, so you were asking basically.
A Shadow Blossom, like on
so they don't know a whole bunch about any of the Shadow Blossom stuff.
Okay.
They do know that there is someone that the town or the collective guard here in Kingdom's Cross who are referring to as Lahadoda, but it is not Yoris or El Fuigante as he's called, or the Man on Fire, whatever you'd like to say.
Okay.
And as she already relayed to you, as you already know, the Man on Fire is a myth, and he's just like a personified. That's just his alias. He's a personified version of this myth because he embodies.
He's like a Batman type.
Yeah,
like a Robin Hood.
Kind of, yeah, pretty much. He's a by all accounts, according to Tala, he's a do-gooder. He's helping people in similar situations to Elsie and herself, and helping people who are kind of being rounded up by guards for questioning about Lahadota because they're targeting, people of interest and all that kind of stuff. And
so
the baby's name I said to you in the chat as well is Rose, and Loris isn't like related to Elsie or Rose in any way. He was just trying to help them.
Okay. And Tala was the aunt. So
yes.
Then, is there any kind of like validity to the suspicions, or are the guards kind of running this like a military town where it's just like everyone's getting rounded up, kind of abuse of power situation?
It's like they chase leads, but they seem to be kind of running around in circles, and the father of Rose and Elsie's husband has actually been taken up to Pethlin by the guard for questioning on this whole Lahadota business.
Is there any legitimacy to the questioning? Like, do they?
They don't know.
Is it just...
They don't know.
Okay.
They know that he has nothing got to do with it, but they don't know what they intend to ask him though. At the same time, so they're not really sure.
Okay. And are the people they take for questioning typically taken up to Pethlin, or has he been singled out?
No, it's common enough practice. Like Kingdom's Cross is literally just a small settlement with no proper like.
No, but they do have the Castonian Guard.
Yeah, but
house,
it's not enough for, I suppose, like proper interrogation or prisoner holding and that kind of carry on. Pethlin would definitely be like Pethlin's probably a day or two away. So
does she know why Elsie was being chased?
No, she doesn't. No idea, and she still hasn't returned. And and she does mention that Joris or Delphigante, whatever you'd like to call him, is like he comes and goes. Like the guards are obviously looking for him too, but he's very tactical and stealthy in the way he kind of operates. He kind of dips in and out as needed. So she's not even sure when she'll see him next.
Okay. Yeah, I think conversation might shift to whether or not they want to be there, or they feel trapped there, or like why are they there, kind of like all that kind of stuff.
They do not want to be in Castonia right now, but they are they feel stuck, what with the way tensions are right now, and also with the violent madness running rampant. It's kind of dangerous to travel, so they feel stuck.
Yeah. Okay. I think for the sake of moving on, I'll probably let her know where I'm staying.
Okay.
Leave her with the babe, and then tell her if the others are looking for me, that they could either stop by, or I'll take a walk later, because I tend to take walks at night anyway.
Okay. Very good.
Easiest way to talk to your patron.
Mm-hmm. So with that, Mina, you heading back to the inn, or what is?
Yeah, I'll head to the inn.
How about everyone else? What's in store for the evening?
Yeah, I think heading back to the inn and sort of, if there's one of those sort of library rooms off the bar in the inn where you can sit back and have a have a whiskey in a leather bound chair and smoke a cigar.
Nothing that extravagant, unfortunately.
Like, there's anywhere really to sit.
Yeah, like I mean, yeah. There's quiet places, but there's nothing that kind of fancy. Okay, cool.
He'll kind of sit there. He's not drinking to get drunk. He's just sitting there having a drink and chatting to whoever is with him.
Okay.
Does this place have a bath, or does the inn have a bath?
Ooh, let's find out. Sure, a D4. If it's odd, it doesn't. It does not.
For fuck's sake.
What? Neither of them do. Okay.
They have like outdoor kind of wash basin things.
I guess that'll have to do.
Are we staying at the inn and drinking at the tankard? Is that what's happening?
I think we've moved from the tankard to the inn. I think they've got a bar there, do they?
Yeah.
When Shadar goes off for his market stroll, and Damon's gone in search of a bath, Tyrion will turn to Alfred and go, Alfred, this may appear to be an odd question, but in lieu of recent information, I feel I must inquire. Are you aware how people reproduce?
I would say in a general sense.
Yeah, and I'm sure in your time you've read many books.
Yes.
Would you know any books I could get someone who isn't familiar with the process?
Let me think. There is rather an old text, not particularly lurid, a little bit dry in its mannerisms, but it is called On Copulation.
On copulation.
You should find it in most established libraries.
Keep an eye out for educating some friends of ours.
Yes, yeah, you should do the job.
This is hilarious.
I hear there are some more colourful things you can find with lots of illustrations, but I don't really dabble in that sort of thing.
I've known of these publications, but I believe we should start simpler for some people first.
Well, that would be my recommendation.
Yeah, I'll keep an eye out for it. Thank you. Here, I bought you a drink. Put my hand down in front of Alfred.
It's quite all right. I abstain.
And of course.
But
From the
appreciate
alcohol.
offer.
A dummy's guide to baby making.
I love if I don't know if this is for me, for you, for both of us, or like, who knows? You should convince Tyrion that you lay eggs. Genuinely, like you should just try.
I just envision Tyrion gathering everyone around the campfire and reading it chapter by chapter every night.
Puppets.
To everyone. With the puppets.
Oh my god.
Oh.
So Tyrion has now gone from daddy to just dad.
Yeah, I know. You lost the...
Time for the talk.
Yeah. I guess Mina walks in.
Everyone gets inflicted with the embarrassed condition.
There's the birds and the bees and the bees, the birds and the birds.
The birds are like bees, the bees are like birds.
Yeah.
On that note then, is that everything everyone is doing before retiring for the evening?
Yeah, I think Shadar's going to walk out to the barrel of rainwater or whatever it is, and he'll just he'll strip down to the waist and just clean himself, and then he'll he'll give the undercarriage a cursory clean without anyone without being the
We don't need
priest
details.
without being the priest that exposes himself to the town. So yeah. But he'll do as thorough a job as he can with the the opportunities he has. So
very good.
Yeah.
I'm actually going to leave. I want to go and try and find one of the guards from one of the guards. You know what I'm on about.
I know what you're talking about.
And yeah. So when I get to them and I find one of them, I just want to say to them like, what is the news from the dukedom? Is there anything someone should be aware of?
2 seconds. So see if he knows who you are. He does not. He say, "Oh, you are you're from are you from those parts?" And you're.
I am, and I just haven't been back for a while, so I wondered what the latest was.
Well, as you may already know from you're from the dukedom that. Well, things are not particularly well. The Duchess is trying to do the best she can about the happenings, and with this outbreak, this curse that's flooding the lands. Well, that just doesn't help matters, does it? I just thank the gods that this infectious disease hasn't reached the Venusia dukedom just yet.
When you say the happenings, have people started going missing again?
Well, yes, and there's also the darkness and the mist.
The what now?
You know, the darkness and the mist that appears in the middle of the day sometimes, and as you say, the people that sporadically go missing without a trace.
How long has the mist been in effect? I haven't been back for a long while.
Oh, I don't know how long's it been now. Probably about 2 months.
And
you've not been. Sorry, go ahead.
Whereabouts is it affecting?
Well, mostly around Hepley, but it's been known to travel a little bit further afield.
And you say the Duchess is trying to do her best?
Yes, but, well, I'm not sure if you're familiar with the Duchess. So, well, actually, looking at you now, boy, you could be related, couldn't you? Yeah,
I just give him a complete blank stare.
Yeah, like, I mean, you're not the only two tieflings in the world. He's only
No.
kind of making a joke, but he's like, well, you know, she's what would you say, a stone cold Duchess, but she's as some of the boys in our ranks say, she's firm but fair. Some would disagree slightly and say she's a little bit on the callous side, but
I'm gonna like kind of just get a little bit closer to him and just whisper like, so what you're saying is you actually all think she's a bit of a bitch.
And like he'll kind of glance from side to side and say, a lot of people don't particularly like her.
I don't blame you.
Yes,
I don't particularly like her either.
Oh, and you see a kind of air of relief, kind of sweep across his face, and he's like, well, you know, as you can't choose who rules over a particular area. I'm just glad I'm kind of up here in the Tno Dukedom during my patrols, even though this place is starting to feel the effects of the madness, but I don't know. It's Hepley's a different place now.
Tell me, do you have means or do you have like messengers that send word in between towns?
Yes, yeah.
Would you be able, if I maybe put a bit of coin in your hand, would you be able to get a message to Luma for me?
To Luma? Well, yes, I'm sure we could.
Okay. Are you around tomorrow morning?
Yes, sir.
Okay, well, I'll spend the evening drafting and I shall be back to you in the morning.
You'll find me at the guard barracks.
Okay, and what is your name?
His name is Timothy.
Nice to meet you, and trust me when I say your sentiments about the new management, as it were, are felt by most.
Well, refreshing to hear as it is. There's not really a lot we can do about it now, is there?
Not yet.
He's gonna insight check that.
Okay.
I know you're not being deceptive. You're being kind of honest in what he's saying, and you're gonna see like a slight look of concern on his face as he believes that you're at least at the very base level. He seems to think you're scheming something, or a collective group of people might be scheming something.
Yeah. Okay. I guess I notice kind of a quizzical look on his face.
Yeah.
And okay, so at that point, I will say then, oh, sorry, I didn't introduce myself. I am Damon Phileas Venushed.
And yeah, that the realization he just goes pale, like his face just drops. And
now, before you get worried, I meant every word I said. One day it will change for the better.
He'll like bow his head a couple of times. I was joking when I made the reference to being related. I had no idea.
Listen, trust me, my friend. There's no qualms. There is no issue between us. I just want you, and I want your other men to know that one day we will all be safe again.
Yes, sir. He's just like nodding, just.
And that doesn't mean with my sister. But I will say to you, keep that to yourself.
Absolutely, mum's the word.
I hate to think that the people there are suffering.
Well, I think everyone in Castonia suffers right now.
This is true. We can only fight one problem at a time. Anyway, I'll leave you for your duties. I shall see you in the morning, Timothy.
And you can see that like he still hasn't gotten over the information he just received. He's still kind of like, shell-shocked, I suppose, for lack of a better description. But yeah, he goes about his duties, and he expects your arrival in the morning.
Sure. I'll just head back to the inn then.
Okay. Very good. Shall I wind the clock forward slightly? If everyone is happy enough to, or has no other business to take care of, because the following day is when you will be leaving for Pethlin.
I have nothing more.
Yeah. Okay. Mina, you mentioned you were going up for a walk that night?
Chidar's taking his tea in case you didn't see that.
I did, sorry, yeah, that's totally fine. What time roughly, Mina?
I don't know, 7, 8-ish.
Like PM?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, when you said late, I thought it was going to be the early hours in the morning. No, that's perfect. That's, yeah.
No, I'm later, meant later.
Oh,
I
okay,
figured
cool.
if they're not back by then, then I'll just give them my room number and see if they show up in the middle of the night. And if not, then we were just...
Yeah, okay, so you guys go back to the inn, you go into your respective rooms, you all have separate rooms, but they're all in close proximity of one another. You're either in like the next room or the adjacent one or whatever the case may be. Shadar, you have a passive perception of what is it, 22?
24.
24 even. Does anyone
a baby from across the whole place?
You can hear all the babies.
Can anyone roll a stealth that high? Yes, I can.
No. What I was going to ask is, can I ask everyone else to make a perception check? I will say, like, whether you succeed or fail won't matter. It's an order of how things unfold, kind of thing.
Wow.
Oh
Holy shit, motherfucker!
Hey, we're paying attention today.
Some of us are.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it's narrative die again that it's Alfred that got a nat 20 on perception for this. You all drift off to sleep. Shadar, you take your tea, so you're not.
I also got a 20 for a 29.
Oh, I know.
Oh,
It's just fun that Alfred got a nat 20, and I'll tell you why in just a moment. You all go into a nice slumber, and at around 3-ish, 4 a.m., you're Shadar, Mina, and Alfric. You're all rudely awakened all of a sudden, and Tyrion and Damon, you wake up also, but a little, like after a few seconds, after the other guys do. Shadar, you are just woken up and you're just in bad form because there's a ruckus outside. You can hear a horse whinny and take off into a gallop on the dirt track outside the inn, and you can hear a couple of people shouting. You can hear the sound of steel, presumably a sword being unsheathed. Mina and Alfric, you in particular, you are yourself. You shoot up out of the bed when you hear your name being called outside in this booming voice that seems to just rattle the roofs of the roof of the inn. You just hear, "Elfric Elnaren, where are you? And show yourself." And you hear this commotion outside. You looking out the window, you can see like torches, kind of fleeting past the window. There's a lot of people upset outside and kind of running around. "You have 2 minutes to show yourself, or people start to die. I know you're here."
Oh, well, best not keep them waiting. And Alfric will quickly gather together his belongings and head out to confront whoever this is.
Charles throws arm around and go.
Yep. I know he said 2 minutes, but I'll ignore the donning and doffing thing for now.
Throwing that on as he walks down the stairs, where there is.
Yeah, and you all come out of your rooms roughly around the same time. Some of you still like throwing stuff on and getting stuff ready and whatnot because there's panic outside. And as you step outside the inn, you can see it's a little bit hard to see in the night sky, but each individual on the very top of these towers are like holding a torch. You can see a cloaked individual standing next to an armored individual, but the armored individual is bound. One hand, the cloaked individual, one hand holding a torch, other hand a blade to their necks on each outpost here at the very top. And again, this booming voice can be heard. "Elfric Elnaren, to the center of the village and announce yourself, or people will start to die. Do you want their blood on your hands?"
Yeah, I'm gonna head there.
Do we recognize the person in armor?
They're the guards.
I think they're the guard. There's hooded individuals.
Sorry.
They've got the guards hostage by the sounds of things. And maybe getting the right idea.
That's the correct idea, sir.
Yeah, I shall step out of the inn. As I'm stepping out, is there anything that I can see in the?
Yeah, so there's people. There's people kind of like coming and going. There's guards like running past, blades drawn, heading towards the towers. There's civilians kind of in a panic, gathering up stuff, rolling up their collapsible stalls, trying to get the hell out of there. And all. Yeah, they're just trying to leave. Like there's panic everywhere. There's unbridled horses just like taken off into the distance, and broken carts and the likes scattered around the place. But nothing, no major threats immediately other than the people posted around the towers for right now.
Can I ask Alfric if, my friend, you recognize his voice?
No.
All right.
Do you, Damon?
Damon does.
It's time to put someone in a box, I believe.
My favorite hobby.
I'm just going to copy you guys over to another map.
Yeah, Tyrion is glued to Alfric's shoulder, like he is in protector mode now.
The Tyrion one side and Rocket the other side.
Mina, on the other hand, is, 20, 30 feet out of fireball range kind of a deal.
Smart.
I figured Alfred would respect that.
Gonna get rid of the chirpy music.
Oh, I can turn your music. Maybe I could turn down something.
But we need
I
the
can
battle
hear it.
Yeah.
Fucking music turned off the whole time. For me, like I think it's still going on the other thing though. Yeah, it's gone.
We will rock you.
Okay.
Warriors come out to play.
So you guys arrive in the center of town. You can see that the place is all but people have kind of come and gone, and for the most part, the level of civilian activity is relatively low. Whoa,
No.
big rocket!
It's not that big. I don't know. I can't resize him though. There we go.
Big rocket.
That would have been friggin' awesome.
He's a pocket rocket.
Yeah. Yeah. So you make it to the center of town.
And I'll just just say, name yourself.
And again, this booming voice, it seems to be coming from everywhere. And it says, who speaks? Identify yourself.
The one you have summoned is Alfred Kelnaren.
Right.
The way
If
I
you have
recognise
business
this,
with me, do not hold a blade to the throats of these innocent people.
do I recognise what he's doing to make his voice boom? Is it thaumaturgy?
It appears to be, yeah. You would know that.
So can I, because I know it and I know how to do it, can I pinpoint maybe where it's coming from?
Is there ability that can do that?
Not really.
Arcana check, maybe? Or maybe not.
I suppose because it's a mix, because it's perception, because it's hearing, but I just figured maybe because I knew the spell, I might have
Yeah, it's hard to call. You know that he is within a certain proximity, obviously.
Yeah.
But no. But when Alfric, successfully identifies himself as Alfric Elnarin, all goes quiet. And you just see this kind of, let's see, what do I have to do? I just want to double check if there is a save involved for this. Bear with me for just a moment.
Just checking, this is within that same day. There's been no rest or anything since then.
This is before you get the benefits of your long rest.
No, that's fine.
Yeah.
Could I ask everybody to... Oh no, there is no save involved. I was right. Just double check. Okay, yes. So darkness is cast on Alfric. Mina, you are just outside of the radius, but everyone else is considered blinded in this magical darkness. And
Blinded by the night.
You're that much of a coward that you won't show yourself.
it is then I'm going to roll for initiative. Actually, as well, before... Yeah, you can go ahead and roll initiative, but because he sees Damon, he's going to roll a history check.
Fuck sake, lads. My fucking initiative rolls all the time. Not one.
Okay, that's interesting.
Oh, come
Yeah,
on,
well,
big
Tyrion
boy.
got the 19, so you're probably still gonna end up like in that little sandwich bracket you guys like.
That was a bit.
Let's get out the fight notepad. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear.
Well, that's rather a lot of rolls.
Oh.
Don't worry about it.
Okay, it's party time.
It is party time. First up, before Damon, is someone that you can't see just yet. And they are going to attack Alfric with a crossbow attack. With advantage, because you're in darkness and you can't see it coming.
Very well.
They can see him.
Does the darkness
Yes,
not
sir.
obscure him?
They can. Ooh, that's actually a good point. Let me double check the spell.
Thanks.
I really hope it does with that roll.
Because you can't see in it unless someone casts like a
Yeah.
light kind of spell.
Fair,
Or
unless they
daylight or whatever it was
have
called.
an innate ability to have a look through it.
They need like true sight.
You
Yeah,
have to have
fair.
True sight or devil sight for that.
Yeah, fair. I think that is fair to say that they will not be able to see you, so this will be actually made with disadvantage.
You're welcome.
Thank goodness for that.
Is that that is not a hit then? I would presume.
An 8, no, even I've got more AC than 8.
Yep. That's all he will do. So Damon, over to you. Because you are in darkness, you can't see where that attack came from, so I won't reveal him at this time.
Can we
Can
get
I see?
an aura just to show where that is, if that's all right?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
I probably can't see because it was through the darkness, right?
Yeah, there must just be sort of like a cloud floating in front of me, you know.
Unit 6. All right.
Oof, there you go.
Okay.
Cheers.
I was moving because I knew where everyone was. Rocket's next to me. I know that Alfred was next to him, right? Is that fair to say?
Sure. Yep.
And I'm going to say to Alfred, do you trust me? I need you to do something.
I trust you, Damon.
So I'm going to cast Rope Trick. And I'm going to tell Alfred to get up inside it and stay there until the opportune moment.
Okay.
I'll play ball with that.
Just so you know, there's Rope Trick. So essentially, it's a different plane of existence as such. He can still see out of it. Now, obviously, there's darkness, so he can't. But he can see out of it. But he just needs to climb up the small bit of rope, which he can then pull in, so that it's completely hidden.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's my turn.
Okay. Next up then is going to be not Tyrion, but a hidden drow that will reveal itself to try and attack Mina. If I was on the right layer, that would be helpful.
Is there a reason these guys aren't? Oh, it's because okay.
Yeah, because they were hidden. They were hiding. And he is going to attack Mina with a hand crossbow.
It's drizzed.
That is a 9 to hit.
No, that's
Mhm.
not going to do it.
He's going to move a little bit closer and end his turn. Tyrion, over to you.
Tyrion is currently blind. So he will hold his action that if he feels the hostile presence of anything attempt to attack, he will swing.
Okay. Holding the action. Next up is not Mina, but another hidden drow.
Cool.
Who's going to... Let's see, can he make it over to you, I wonder?
Are you glad you're out of fireball range?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He can make it to you. So he's going to attack you with a short sword.
Cool.
Boom. That's more like it. A 21 to hit.
That would hit me.
You're going to go ahead and take 5 points of piercing damage.
Cool.
Just a scratch. But it is now your turn to retaliate. And you can see upon noticing this drow whose cloak, whose dark blue robes kind of rustle as they swipe upwards with the sword, you can see small little growths of this fungus on his face.
Oh, fuck.
Ah. Well, that's not fun.
No.
All right, hold on. You know what? I think it's the same. I'm going to attempt to attack with my rapier. Burrito is a 23 to hit.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to expend the use of my bardic inspiration to do a lot more damage than that. I forget what it is. 5d6. So that is not great. 21 total points of damage.
How do you kill him?
Excellent. So I like to imagine that as he came up with the short sword, Mina like blocked mostly with the scabbard since it was 10 hit points anyway, and then he like came in, dug into her armor a little bit, and then she unsheathes the sword and kills him with like that swing.
Nice. Samurai style.
Samurai style.
And none of us saw it.
Yeah, no, nobody saw it.
No. It it might be better that way. Let's see. How far is this guy? 35? Okay, she's gonna step back here so that he can't like run up to her and attack her, she thinks, in one turn. And then
X-Force definitely here.
oh yeah, it's fine. And that'll be it.
Okie dokie. Before we hit Elfric's turn, it is going. Another player is going to reveal themselves. This big, huge dude.
Oh no, not
in cloaks. It's the big guy that Damon can't see him, but it's the same guy that boxed up Damon, knocked him out. The same guy that caused that mind magic on that poor guard back on the roadway. The same guy that is looking for Alfric for some strange reason. The same guy that is staring at Mina as he makes his approach. Seeing that she slew one of his allies, he calls out,
You're making quite a name for yourself.
You do not matter. You are expendable. He goes, he's in there, in the darkness. Seize him. And he's going to, firstly,
Lie down.
need to just check something. Yeah, so he's going to draw this dark sword. And as he unsheathes it, Mina, you can see that black smoke, black vapor comes out of the sheath with it. Next thing you know, you can't see anything anymore. You are enveloped in darkness as this black cloud just envelops everything. He goes, Do you fear the dark, Missy? You should.
I don't fear anything.
15 to hit.
Does not hit.
Okay, he does get a second attack.
That
25 to... Okay. You are going to take 31 points total damage, 6 piercing, 25 necrotic.
Gotta do math. 6,
Oh,
9.
shit.
And you are blind from the darkness.
Leave it if it good laugh.
All right.
That bonus actions. Yeah. He's not going to use his bonus action at this time and end his turn. Alfred, over to you. Feeling around for a rope that you can't see.
I was guiding him to it.
Well, the
I'm kidding,
first,
yeah.
first order of business. Yeah, I'm in the. So am I in the rope trick at the moment?
You will have to spend an action to
Use my
climb it.
movement to climb
Yeah.
up. Yeah, okay. I should do that then.
Mhm.
So it was my action or my movement. to do that?
I think it's
let's-
just a movement. If
It's
I
movement.
read.
Yeah, movement is fine.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just trying to think if there's anything I can do that's a benefit whilst I'm still in the darkness. Probably not.
Yeah, you can't cast spells through rope trick anyway. When you're
Oh,
inside
really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, just looking at the description,
Once you're
attacks
in
and
it,
spells can't cross through the space.
Now you could cast something and then go up, but that's up to you. It's also a case of what can you kind of.
Yeah, I'd be casting. I wouldn't have anything to target, really, would I? As I'd be casting into the darkness. I'll just stay up there for this round.
Okie dokie. So on the shadowed individual's command, a bunch of more drow are just going to just pop up from out of their hiding spaces. This one. Boop. This one. Boop. This one. Boop. And this one. And just for their consecutive turns, if they can make it, they're going to enter this cloud of darkness. First up was which guy? Shakers, there's so many drows on this map. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They're just going to like swing aimlessly. It'll be a disadvantage to hit Damon. It's 9.
For 21, is it?
What? 9 to hit.
It says 21 and 24 there.
That's because it was at disadvantage. Wait, what?
Yeah.
Oh,
Roll20 chat says 21 and 24.
I'm looking at the wrong thing. Sorry, I was way back up in the chat for some reason. 21 to hit.
I was like, hang on a minute. 21 hits.
You will take 7 piercing damage as he comes in swinging. He knows from before the spell was cast that Alphic isn't the first person in here, so he's just kind of swinging his way in.
Okay.
This guy gonna come in also, get to here, and also do the same towards Rocket.
Okay.
Disadvantage again. That is a critical fail. Let's get a D1 hundo for this lad. That's a 4. I have the thing here. 1 second. Bear with me. I thought I did. Where is it? Sorry, lads. I have it. Just need to open it here. A 4, that's usually either very good or terrible. Let's have a look-see. Critical table, use weapon fumble, 2, 5. Target has, okay, so he loses his footing, exposing himself to the target. So the first attack roll against it is made with advantage, so it'll cancel out anything, if that helps.
Cool.
Next one is this guy back here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Excuse me, heading Tyrion's general direction.
Can I argue that once they get into the darkness, they don't see a target to approach?
Oh no, they saw where you guys all were as soon as the magic was cast. That's why it's still made with disadvantage, because they're just going in kind of blindly.
I know, but just when they get in there, I was kind of thinking, how do they know that that's where Tyrion is? But they remember where they saw him. Okay, cool, grand. Sorry, just had to clutch at a couple of straws there.
Yeah, no, that's fair. 13, not going to do anything, I'm sure.
But would this drow entering Tyrion's space feel like a hostile creature if he feels it swing?
Oh yeah, like you feel the wind that follows the swing of the sword close by you. Yeah, if that triggers anything.
Yeah, it's his held action for a hostile entry.
Oh yeah, of course. Sure, yeah, I forgot about that. Go ahead.
Skadoosh.
Yeah, it's a hit.
So that's 12 points of slashing and radiant.
Yeah, so you don't see anything, you just hear this. You hear this, very familiar sound of, flesh ripping open, and you hear this scream of pain, but you don't hear a drop to the ground.
Does a hold action get the second attack, or is it a single attack?
You only get the one attack on a held.
Is it?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah, you only get
that's the rule. Yeah.
All right. This dude over here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's gonna dash, kind of bump into Damon, make it here, but Elfric's already gone up in the thing, so that's all he can do. Shadar, you're feeling that this space is starting to get quite crowded, but you can't see anyone.
Well, it's funny you should say crowded because it's about to become a little bit of crowd control.
I think it is.
As Shadar just reaches his arms out wide and he goes, "You think the darkness is your ally?" And he will cast Spirit Guardians at level 5.
Ooh, nice.
As we
I was born in the dark.
I was molded right. But please roll a fucking good bit of damage here, lads.
Yeah.
That is
Tasty.
so
29.
29. So what's the radiant for? I was about to strike.
That's your automatic.
The 29. So this is when they start their turn that they have to roll that.
They all failed.
Cool.
They all
No
failed.
worries. Cool. So they're all going to take 29 points of damage when they start their turn. Shadar, that was his action. And I can only bonus action use a cantrip, isn't that correct?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. Don't think I have any cantrips. So let me just throw that on. It's a. What is it? 1 second there. What's it? 15-foot radius? 20-foot radius? That's what
15, isn't it?
15-foot
Yeah.
radius. Yeah, cool. Grand. Just do that now. And see who we get.
Everybody.
Circle, square, 100, that's 158. 15.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that would be nice. Maybe when it gets to level 20, I'm going to make it a little bit grey.
Cool. You're actually going to catch one that you haven't revealed yet either.
Okay, so
It's his turn next, so he's going to be making a wisdom save.
29 points of damage, and the DC is... Oh, it's more than 16.
I presume it's the end of your turn.
Yeah, 17. Yeah, that's all he's got.
He will fail. And what was the damage again?
29 points of
29.
damage.
He's
Yeah,
dead.
he's dead. Yeah.
Yeah,
He just ripped to shreds. And
Spectral ravens just tear him apart and in from him. And you do... Anyone who's out of the circle of darkness do see... normally it's they're flitting around, they're flying through them, but at
We're
this
all in the
point in
darkness.
time... well, just for the viewers...
no, not this trout. He sees it happen.
Yeah, just for the viewers then, maybe, Andy. What we see is just the spectral ravens kind of just pecking lumps out of him as well.
Yeesh, until there's only slim pickings left of him, I'm sure.
Bon appetit.
Indeed. Next up is Damon.
Still in the darkness, right?
Indeed.
Dispel magic.
Works like a charm every time.
Ow.
Kapow! Yeah.
Ah, yes. Now it's time to kick your ass. And then I'm going to say to Shadar, can't see Mina, Shadar, maybe you want to check on her. And that's my turn.
Alright, this drow, after seeing the darkness lifted, can he see the rope trick thing? He just can't hit it. Is that right or no?
If Alfred pulled up the rope, then no, he can't see it at all.
Okay, so he just calls out, "Boss! Elnarin! He's gone. I do not see him." And he's just gonna point his crossbow at Shadar and shoot. Shaboing. That is a 21 to hit. Which I presume is a hit.
Yes, it is. His AC is 19.
8 points of piercing damage. And I would ask you to make a DC 13 Constitution saving throw, as the tip of this arrow was poisoned.
Okay, and I also have to make a con save for my
Yeah.
concentration spell. Do you believe I have Warcaster though as well, so I get advantage on that?
Okay.
So I'll make the con save for the poison damage.
Ooh.
+5. You made it.
Ah, okay.
Nice. Cool, and then I'll make the con save with advantage for
Mm-hmm.
for the concentration.
Yeah, you good.
Anyone. Cheers.
Let me see.
So sorry, how much damage did I take? 8 piercing.
8 piercing.
Cool. Ow.
sure. No more damage than you get in a normal, like, piercing parlor. Alrighty. Tyrion, you are up next, my good man.
Well, Tyrion can see clearly now. The darkness is gone.
I can see clearly now.
So, Northmost Drow, swinging. Or what?
Oh!
Oh, lovely.
Fuck yeah. Fuck yes.
Smite on a crit. This chap is going to get turned into dust.
I don't think
I
you
don't
need
have
to, though,
to.
do you?
You don't need to put your smite on a crit, Ryan. It's the principle. of the
It's-
thing. You
it's
can't
the
just
rule.
roll
It was
the
just a
rules.
level 1 spell slot.
Yeah.
You do. Oh my fucking
Holy
god!
fucking shit.
30, 42, 68 points of damage.
Fucking knocked the smite out of him.
If the
So
others
we're
One of
don't
those
run
where like the
away,
light cracks and then just shatters.
if the others don't just fucking run away in pure horror right now, I don't know what the world is.
Especially because like you guys don't know it, but I killed the other guy in one hit too. So
He literally got bisected with a glowing sword.
Yep.
It
That's
just
great.
turned to vapor, I presume.
Oh, yeah.
Nothing left of him.
his
No
holy
death saves
steam.
there.
He only had 1 hit point, by the way,
Mhm.
just so you know.
Yeah.
But, you know,
I think they've got like 20, so
Oh
he
my
was like,
God.
overkill.
I'm just gonna whisper to the one next to me and say, "Aren't you glad I got rid of the darkness to see that?"
I think that would have dispelled the darkness.
yeah, radiant light just flashbanged everything.
Like
and
fucking Gandalf coming into Helm's Deep.
Yeah.
it's like you hit him with the blade, and everyone just is blind for a second. When it subsides, the guy's just gone.
Just
like there's
gone.
nothing left of him. It's like you sent him away somewhere or something. I don't know.
Surrounded by the smite.
I didn't know you knew banishment.
Not yet.
Yeah.
Banished
And,
from life.
He will turn on his heels, look this drow directly in the eyes as he swings on him.
hmm
Ooh,
14 does not hit.
damn. But let's move through him to here and end his turn.
Very good. Mina, you are in darkness.
Right,
And
but
you just felt the life get sapped out of you along with a piercing, or not, a kind of, a deep cut.
So before I got cast in darkness, I had parried his first blow. I know where he is.
Oh yeah,
So-
it'll still be with disadvantage though.
No, it won't. I
Okay.
will lunge forward, put my hand on him, start muttering in that dialect of common, and cast Bestow Curse. So I need a Wisdom saving throw, spell save 17.
Coming
20
at
coming.
you.
Shut up! Don't do this to me.
Dude, fucking hell.
Get the macro warmed up.
Oh.
Dirty 20.
I hate you, Ryan.
I said nat
Um,
20.
You jinxed it anyway. Okay, so nothing happens with that. It's probably just darkness from me. That's what I would think. So that's it for me.
Okay, and as you place your hand on his wherever chest or wherever it is you wanted to cast that, he'll catch you by the wrist and say, "Foolish girl," and he's going to attack you again. Just wanted to double check. Yeah. Boom. 22.
Yep, that'll do it.
For prosperity's sake, can I roll the D100 on the crit table in case there's an extra
Oh
effect?
yeah. Do it.
Completely forgot.
Mina, you're going to take 10 piercing and 13 necrotic.
Yep.
72. Your senses heighten and you become aware of threats around the battlefield. You're able to use the dodge action after you attack.
Ah, okay.
I think that would have been just for that round, but
Yeah, no, just in case there was an extra fucking, you know yourself.
and still like he slashes you across the kind of abdomen. He still has you by the wrist. He's going to make a
Yeah.
second attack. That one's probably not going to hit a 13.
That one will not hit.
Yeah, you kind of twist your body in a certain way, knowing a second swing was coming, and you're able to dodge nicely out of the way. Just double check something here. Yeah, like, I mean, he's just gonna remain. He might actually move. No, he's gonna stay put. And use a bonus action. You don't feel his presence anymore, but you do.
Oh, come on. Let me try.
Yeah, you do.
Let me try.
You do hear him whisper something as you feel his presence around you fade away. He says, "You meddle in matters far above yourself. If you've any life left in you, I suggest you cling on to it and leave. The wizard is all we want." And just, yeah, he just appears to be gone. I'm gonna roll a stealth check for him. That is a 15.
My passive's a 19, but I'm surrounded in darkness. So
Yeah, that's kind of for everyone else.
Okay.
He appears closer to Alfric, back here. Alfric, your turn.
So
Am
do
I
I
still
have
in
to
the darkness?
roll to see
You
if I
are
can-
you are still in darkness, Mina. Actually, I think that travels with him. Let me double check. Bum, bum, bum. No, it travels with him.
Okay.
So let me move that box. Bang.
Nice of him to show us where he is at all times.
Roughly where he is.
So
Mina looks pretty messed up.
He would
all of a
have
sudden.
he would have dispelled it if he was going to a more secluded area. But anyway, yeah.
So, seeing that the darkness immediately around us has dispersed, at least, I'm going to drop out of the rope trick. And I'm just going to conjure up a fireball and just detonate it in place. Obviously, sculpting to avoid the allies around me. So,
Very good.
yeah, fireball centered on myself.
DC 18. So how many drow do we have there? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. One was going to pass.
Where were these rolls for me?
But even a 14 is enough to kill it. They have 13 hit points, just by the way. Dex save for Durden. It's a 27.
Fuck.
It'll
I
take
feel a little
half.
better now.
Yeah, you're not the only one.
So these guys are all going to perish in
They're
flames.
all toast.
The first damage that can't.
And then seeing that this little kind of square of darkness has appeared, I'll turn towards it, wand at the ready, and go, "I've revealed myself. Now it's your turn." That is
they're
all for me.
Okay, Shadair, over to you.
Okay, so Shadir can see there's a lot of dead drow, and there's some sort of circle of darkness here that he saw that enveloped Mina, which who is now hurt.
Pretty, yeah.
So it would be a stretch. It wouldn't be beyond, reasonable thinking for him to move up and sort of try and investigate that, or at least just, have
If he
the
shot a
birds.
questioning glance in her direction, she'd tell you that he's in there.
Yeah, so he'll move up. I do think, though, he will. He's going to blast a. Okay, I think we. Right, so I think he's going to blast a Dispel Magic, but. Like we discussed the last time we cast this, one creature, object, or magical effect within range. Doesn't say you have to see them.
Okay.
So I'll drop it into the chat. This is how we used it last time against in the temple. So I think he's going to cast Dispel Magic on the. I think he's going to cast it on the creature.
Okay.
So DC 17.
Just a straight D20, is it?
No.
Or spellcasting ability.
So yeah, whatever is ability using your spellcasting ability. DC equals 10 plus the spell's level. So DC
Unless
is
it's third or lower, in which case it's
if it's an ability or or a sort of innate thing that's.
Mm-hmm.
So if it's the darkness spell, it would be whatever the spell is.
It's his sword that's doing this.
Okay, cool. So but if it's
an innate ability of a weapon.
yeah, but of the level of the spell. So what's darkness? It's level 2, is it?
second, isn't it?
So it would be DC. DC equals 10 plus the spell's.
Does that happen? Like,
if
can
it's less
dispel
than third
magic?
level,
Well,
it's
if it's level 3, I've dispelled the darkness effect then.
Okay.
This instance of it, not the property of the weapon.
Yeah.
I would assume. But
Okay. Okay. So yeah, that'll drop the darkness then, wouldn't it? Straight off the bat if you were casting it at level 3.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's a level 3 spell. So yeah. So that's gone. And
There he is.
There he is. My friend, your appointment with the Raven Queen has come. And I think that is all he can do. Oh, he might move to there, actually.
Okay. He'll look at you, Shadar, clutch his blade, point at you. I have my own queen to serve.
Interesting.
Damon, your turn.
Okay, so he's viewable now. Okay.
Get him.
Yeah, this.
Sick him, Damon.
The question is, how do I want to get him? Do you know what? I'm going to get him in the best way I know how. I'm going to touch Tyrion on the shoulder and cast haste.
Yep, that'll do it.
And then I'm going to move up to behind
Don't
him.
get him, Tiger.
Okay.
And I can do fuck all for a bonus action. Rocket has the strict instructions to protect Alfric at all cost.
Okay, very good. Up next is this drow that managed to survive absolutely everything. And he is going to...
Run away.
Yeah, right? Like,
No, he's going to try and get Alfric with that poison dart.
Ah,
The plan is to capture him, that's what he's going to do.
Oh, can I also just, so I went past him, can I have said to him, when you put me in that box last time, you should have made sure I couldn't get out.
Yep, okay. He'll definitely rebut on that on his turn. That is a 15 to hit.
may I use my reaction to cast shield?
Yep, so you see the of the crossbow. You turn just in time to see this bolt come right at you, and you use your reaction to conjure this like blue sheet, this blue transparent sheet that just catches the bolt, and you can see that green liquid tipped bolt. Yeah, it's enough to just ward off the projectile, and he'll lower his crossbow, look at you, and he just curses.
Excellent.
Tyrion, that'll be over to you.
So Tyrion, the veins in his neck bulging, will at superhuman speeds move straight up to this person's face, and he'll say, "You dare attack a friend of Thorm! I shall slay you!" And that'll be his vow of enmity as the flurry of blades comes in his direction. So that's 15 might not do it.
No, sir.
Second swing. 24 will do it for 16.
Mm-hmm.
I fucking hope.
Yep.
And then wow,
Oh,
God,
Jesus.
Tough luck.
it came in too hot.
Coming in hot.
Anything else from Sir Tyrion?
No, that'll do it.
Alright, Mina. Hurting.
Yeah, hurting just a little bit. So I will need another saving throw.
Yay!
One is intelligence.
Shaboing, boing.
Oh my
18.
god.
Okay. I
Fucking
think I
dabbed.
still get.
Oh my god.
Saving Mina's saving throws is my party piece.
Jesus Christ, Marcus. I don't know what the fuck is going on.
So 12 points of damage.
Cool. Cute.
See, Ryan, you like to think you have the luck of rolling poorly, but I have the luck of Mark rolling highly, which is somehow worse because I have no control over it.
Yeah, that is somehow worse.
And because when people help, they give blesses, and blesses does nothing to help this at all.
Soon.
So I sit on
My
blesses
rolls,
and
the blesses do nothing.
Soon, Andy. Soon, Mark will have all the blessings he needs from Linda to stop you.
Well, that's the
from
thing.
all.
He doesn't
Oh, God.
need any blesses. for
Yeah.
me.
Gets on by just fine without them.
Tis me.
Okay. So this guy was initially facing Tyrion's direction.
So, sorry to interrupt you. I need DC 17 whiz save.
Of course.
Or 20, or take
beg in your
29 points of
pardon.
damage.
Begging your pardon.
It's alright. It's pretty much all I can do.
That is a 20.
Shit, fuck bollocks. He'll take
this
14
guy.
points of damage.
Initially facing towards Tyrion, and currently getting like cut to shreds by these ravens. He'll like raise a big boot and kind of, this is just for flavor by the way, kind of kick Tyrion in his sword wielding hand. He says, "You wait your turn." He'll turn to Daemon and say, "You're right. I'll make sure you're in the ground before this night is done." Draw his blade. Here we
Okay,
go.
that's like kind of hot.
Fuck yes, let's do it.
A 24
Yep.
to hit.
Yep.
Okay, and here we go. You are going to take 10 points of piercing damage, 24 points of necrotic damage, and the darkness is back. I believe in a thing called love.
Now, as he swung for Daemon, Tyrion's sentinel would kick in and he would say, "I wait for no man." As he swings, would that be... What would that be, a straight roll, or would it be before the darkness was initiated? 'Cause
So-
this is Veil of Enmity.
When on impact, the darkness happens.
Right,
so
so his
it's-
Veil of Enmity would make it straight,
Yep,
because he has advantage.
yep.
That's fuck
Nope.
So yeah, he hits me, and it goes dark, and all he hears back from me is, "It's not always going to be in your favor to be in the darkness."
Ooh.
And I will do my hellish rebuke.
Ooh,
Fuck
here we
yeah.
It's telling me to cast it at a level, but it shouldn't be.
It should be level
Second
2.
level, yeah.
Okay, I'll just roll it like that then. Yeah.
Yeah.
19 fire.
Fuck yeah.
23 if it's a,
Oh,
what's the higher
23.
level? Yeah.
Yeah, 23, yeah.
Yeah, 23. Sorry.
Oh, so awesome.
27 to save.
So,
You
11.
don't save against that, I don't think. Do you?
You do, it's a
You
dex
do,
save.
yeah. Yeah, dex save.
Oh, is it?
Is it half damage or saber squish?
It's half damage.
Half, so it's
damage.
11.
Half as much. Yeah. Okay. So what's it? Yeah, 23. So
You don't
yeah,
see
11.
anything. That even your hellish flames aren't enough to lift the illumination of this magical darkness, but you do hear him grunt in anger. But he does get a second attack.
I hope you can fly.
I hope you can die. Here we go. Second attack. Oh!
He got the one-liner bonus.
Can I just chime in here? Is the darkness up?
Yeah.
So I can't use Sentinel at Death's
Do
Door.
you have to see it? You
I have to be able to see them. Yeah. Okay. Just thought I'd throw that in there just to check.
That's
So
fair.
here's the D1 hundo first, anyway.
Oh Jesus.
56. Pick up sticks. You attempt to disarm your opponent, you can take the disarm action after your attack. Here's the damage. It's not going to be nice.
Oh,
8 plus 2
wow.
is 10. 31, 50 points. Oh, demoshta.
Okay.
That's against
Damon.
Damon.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Oh, no.
What's Damon's con?
Oh, yeah, the con save. He will need to roll a 25.
Me, is it?
Yeah, for the haste.
+5. You
Oh.
are in the aura.
Oh no. Oh no.
Hang on, so that's +5
That's
from
20.
the aura, so that's 20. And I will use Flash of Genius, which makes that a 25.
Fuck yeah! Oh man, I fucking love this game.
I'm not fucking done yet.
Fucking hell. Oh god, he's thinking.
Oh, he's going to do something fucked up.
He's thinking about something.
Like, yeah, like he would do. He wants to put Damon in the ground.
I'd do it. If it's something he would do, then
Yeah, it would be.
I'm never
I
against
want to
that.
see if this affects Tyrion as well, though.
It will, because if Damon goes down, the haste ends, and then
No,
Tyrion's
but no,
like,
I mean
"That's it
damage-wise,
for a
if
round."
this is going to
Oh.
affect Tyrion as well. So basically, while his Shadow Sword aura is up, he can use his... Once per turn, he can just snap his fingers, dismiss the cloud, and necrotic damage is taken by... Is it just that person? It doesn't say. Attack hits a target. Bravest or drug and dismiss the darkness and cause... Just the target, so it's just gonna be Damon. And it's not. It just you take the damage. I think it just happens.
So Damon is down, and Tyrion is unable to move.
He can see through this darkness, and he says, "I don't have a fitting box, but you can perish this dirt road. Now your turn." Alfred, over to you.
Fucking hell.
So in this darkness, what if
No, the darkness was gone. He dispelled the darkness to inflict that necrotic damage on Damon.
Oh,
Oh,
sweet.
okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so we can see Damon, dying effectively.
Yeah.
So Alfric immediately is going to reach up with his hand and try to cast telekinesis on this foe.
Okay.
So it's going to be an intelligence check for me, opposed against his strength check.
So you cast your telekinesis, and you can see him. His feet start to like lift the ground, but he just stomps down, and the dust rises from his feet, and he clenches his sword. You wait your turn, Elnarin. Oh, we have plans for you, boy.
All right, this bad
Oh
guy's
my
very
God.
charismatic. I gotta say.
Oh yeah.
Okay, that's it for my turn.
Shadar, over to you.
Lion gave me vibes from Devil's backstory there. I was like, oh god. We have
Oh, yeah.
you, child. Yeah, Shadar. Now that the darkness has been dispelled, Shadar will look to Damon. He'll look to what's this creature's name? Durden.
Durden.
And
Well,
he'll
you
look
don't know.
to
You
him.
don't know his name.
No, yeah, but he'll look to that creature, and he'll look to Damon, and he just sees frustration on his face. As he begins to cast a 6th level spell, and you can see his mind is torn between the two very, very specific somatic gestures that can make this spell heal or harm. And he looks to the creature, and he looks to Damon, and he looks to the creature, and he's like, and he casts heal on Damon.
Okay.
I'll throw it into the chat. So you regain 70 hit points. It also ends blindness, deafness, and any other diseases affecting the target. Has no effect on constructs or undead.
Oh. Okay.
And he'll shout to you, and he'll say, The Raven Queen has not called for you yet, my friend. However, you beast, she calls for you.
Nice. That brings us to the very top of the turn order, back to Damon. But unfortunately, I hate to do this, guys, but I will actually have to call it there for this evening. I hate doing it mid-combat, I'm sorry, but time does be elapsing. As tense as everything was, hate to break the tension, but we'll have to pick this up next time.
I think it's increased the tension, if anything, to be fair.
Well.
So, with that, hope you guys enjoyed this evening's game, and everyone watching enjoyed it, of course. And we will pick this up next time.
Thanks a million, Mark.
Good night, guys.
Until
Thank you.
next time.
Soon. Thanks for
Everyone.
tuning in.